Good afternoon from the Superbook.com sports desk. I'm Joe Hunk. Josh Heupel just got paid a little while ago. It was announced by multiple sources, including Chris Lowe, that Josh Heupel has received a contract extension through 2028 that will pay him $9 million annually. Rookies Chiga Okonkwo as well as punter Ryan Stonehouse have both been named to the Pro Football Writers All-Rookie Team. And the Super Bowl announced it's going to have a little bit of a Nashville feel to it because Chris Stapleton will be singing the national anthem. And tonight, or just a little while ago, I should say, the Preds announced that they're going to be honoring former defenseman PK Subban on Monday, February 13th. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL is on the air. 104.5 The Zone. Brett Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. What day is today? Tuesday, Babsy?
Tuesday, baby.
Hey, Babs.
Hi.
You look good in North Carolina blue.
Hey, listen here, you jerk. You gonna start it off like that? Hey, Hunk, that's bunk intro right there.
Look out.
That's bunk.
She's already waving her finger at me, Slay Dog.
Twitch, please.
That's a dookie.
Twitch, please. Twitch, please.
That's a dookie for you.
By the way, Duke
This
lost
is
last
my
night, Babs.
struggle.
Did you know that?
Oh my gosh.
Who they lose
yes,
to last
what
night?
the- Virginia Tech.
Last night was the first time in 31 years that Kansas and Duke were both underdogs against teams outside the top 15 in like 31 years.
I don't want to talk about it. So here's the problem. I love
gonna
this
skip right
color. I love this color,
Skip
but
over it.
it's this freaking color.
Guess what, though, Babsy?
Killing me.
Y'all right
Killing
down
me
the street. What is it,
small.
less than a mile apart?
Yeah.
Tobacco Road, down
Yeah,
Tobacco Road?
all those
Okay.
schools.
Well,
You do look good in all
miles
seriousness.
of
I
hate.
told you when you walked in here, you look good in that color. You do. And then you got the
You were
pink
just
headphones.
setting it up, though,
Well,
to be like, Dookie.
hate more, Babsy. Carolina and Duke or Auburn and Alabama?
It's Auburn, Alabama. Is the
No,
answer.
see, I have more of an issue with Georgia as
Really?
an Auburn girl. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Wow. Is
Yeah.
that because you from Georgia? Or,
probably.
Okay.
And like all my friends went to Georgia. Out of high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay. And Georgia over. All right. I would have thought it would have been.
I mean, let's be honest. As a fan, I hate them both.
Yeah, without question. Yeah, I ain't saying
Okay.
you love one
Well,
of them or something.
So we learned yesterday the Cardinals are in there somewhere.
Yeah, I hate them too.
Especially now.
Full of hate. Babsy's just full of hate today.
By the way, Dane Bradshaw is
Our
in the
guy
studio
left, too.
right now.
He's
and-
miming. He's a
He's in
mime
the
right now.
building.
Yeah, he has no microphone yet and no headphones.
Yeah,
What?
he's
Well, why aren't we fixing that?
just modeling.
Because Britt hasn't sent it to Slay so I can get up and do this stuff.
Say what?
Oh,
man?
Slay Dog.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building.
Oh, rocket top. This kind.
That was my fault, Monk. That's on me.
This kind.
Chatty Cathy over there.
I ain't got no roof, baby.
Somebody just asked if it still smells in the studio. Does it smell like onions in the studio?
It did earlier. Like Bert had
I
the whole
say it
hallway
does.
smelling. He had the whole hallway
It
smelling.
kind of
like
smells
onions.
like feet.
It smells like dirty feet. That's
Yeah.
exactly, yes.
That's onions.
Yeah.
But onions are better than dirty feet, though. I just want y'all to know that.
I don't know. Slay brought me some hot chicken salad thing, and my nose is all jacked up now, so I can't smell anything.
Well, I like onion smell, so it don't bother me if it does.
All right.
I feel immune to it.
Very good. Yeah, so Duke lost last night. For more on that, Don Devin.
Done with that?
I love how you start the show.
Yeah.
You're already
Like,
doing it.
just
He's
done
like,
with that.
let me just
Listen,
poke the bear. Poke the bear.
we have two of the best basketball analysts in the world
I
sitting in this
know.
room.
Oh, I'm not. That's Dane by himself right now. That
In the
ain't.
world.
That ain't really.
I'm not going to shortchange
Ain't
y'all.
really me yet. I
What?
ain't even stepped
So-
foot in there yet.
Anyone that doesn't know, what are you calling tomorrow?
A&M in Auburn tomorrow.
More eagle fly down the field, ever to conquer,
Look at this
never
setup.
to
Look at
yield.
this setup. See, that's a volleyball background in it right there.
Isn't there
Just
like
setting
a
it up.
basketball version of that? Like, does the eagle fly down the court?
Yes.
It always flies down the field?
Whatever.
Do they release the eagle in the gym?
No, sorry.
See, guess what? See, now guess what? Now, hold on. Before we go any further, this is my problem.
It just means more for football.
Dang, that's my problem,
I know.
though.
You've said it before.
You can't have your mascot not. So the mascot can't even go to all the games. Like Uga couldn't go to the national championship.
No,
Okay, but you have Obby.
Oh, yeah. But that's a tiger.
But Obby's there.
They should be locked. They should be locked together. I'm gonna take a picture of Obby too, so I can send it to Baby Babs.
There's Dane Bradshaw. Dane
is in the building.
Hot Mike, we on?
Yeah. All right.
Got to check that.
Welcome in.
Thanks for coming in, man.
I'm thrilled to be here. I was in town, Kentucky Vanderbilt
tonight. Yeah, so Kentucky's won 3 in a row. Vandy 5-3 in their last 8. What do you anticipate tonight?
Kentucky's starting to roll a little bit. They're
are.
figuring out their lineups. They're figuring out their point guard situation with the freshman Case and Wallace. But I tell you, every time I go to a Jerry Stackhouse shoot around, like he never thinks that he doesn't have enough talent to win the game. He's like, we got enough. Like I see some things that they're good. Like he's respectful of the opponent and all that. But he feels like they can game plan and get some open looks against them. And Jerry Stackhouse, we always talk about how like he runs a lot of good sets. And so for some of these teams, now Kentucky is a little bit older team, but they still have some new guys and stuff. When you're trying to go through all these set plays and elevator screens and all these different counters he runs, it can be a difficult challenge. We saw that against Arkansas when they put up 63 in the second half. So I'm excited for them because, last year they didn't have their student section available in a couple of these clutch home games.
That's
they didn't get that home court advantage.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I know. I took a little heat for calling them out a little bit on the thing, but
You should have heard us.
I was defending the coaching staff at the time, but I was like,
they had a little COVID restriction thing.
Yeah, remember they couldn't
But
come.
the lower
Still
bowl, they're
last
going to be
year?
mad at me for even bringing it up. I had to.
No.
But the
just
lower
don't
bowl
go on
last
it.
year, like Tennessee rivalry game, they were selling the student section tickets to see fans. So now they're going to get that home court advantage. So it'll come full circle and come back to them. And they're passing out energy drinks and stuff like that tonight to get them ready. So
Energy drink.
yeah.
Wow, that's what's
So
up.
they got the little canned espressos or whatever it is.
Slay, you've been on this for
hold
a
on.
minute.
We just passed that. We're just gonna let that.
Yeah,
slide.
that's their promo. Stackhouse on Twitter with it. It's
Everybody
a Monster
getting
energy
energized.
drink and all that. Yeah.
Like if I'm the opponent, I'm like, y'all need an energy drink to get up for us. That I mean,
It should automatically be hanging off the rafters on Babsy.
no doubt, no doubt. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
carry on.
if Kentucky goes on a 20-0 run in the second half, it does set you up for kind of like the crash,
Yeah.
like
Right.
the caffeine crash. Yeah.
So Slay's been kind of on this too, on a couple of points as we break down this game with Dane Bradshaw, who will be on the call tonight over at Memorial Gym. I'm trying to decide which way I'm going first, Kentucky or Vanderbilt. So Vanderbilt, you've talked a lot about how Stackhouse's teams never give up.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you've got them down 17, they're going to keep playing, right?
Yeah,
So now they've got a little more confidence. What are you seeing from them?
I think figuring out a way to finish. That's what I've seen in the last couple of games. Whether it be Jordan Wright, whether it be the young fellow off the bench.
Kid Ezra Magnon came in last game,
and
they beat a good Georgia team.
Where'd he come from?
Yeah.
Like, where has he been out here? Like, the moves he was making to get downhill, one-on-one situations after using the screen was like, dude, they should have been doing this all year. So I think going in and looking how did they finish, knocking their free throws down.
But you see
confidence.
some of that, like he was able to get downhill and get that spacing. And some of it might have been by accident,
right?
But they had to go small. So when you got Miles Studi at the 5, now
that's a
you're spreading
problem.
teams out, and you have a driver that's like, hey, as much as I like Liam Robbins, and he could step out some, but there was still kind of that guy that was going to be hanging out in the paint, the 5-man defender, and so. And he's one of the more underrated on-ball defenders, is Magnon. I mean, he was getting in Georgia's backcourt.
Yeah, he got in. Robbins picked him at half court, went down and dunked. So that was cool. I just think, man, like, and you tell me, Dane, like, a corner could be turning for Vanderbilt. Like, they still don't have that guy that they can depend on going down the stretches of games unless a guy like this emerges and you are able to play with the court space. But knowing that they get the big fella back, Liam and what's the other big guy?
Lee Dort.
All these big guys, because you got to have them in a sense, to go and battle and be battle tested, especially in conference tournaments and things. You got to have bodies.
That's about 14 feet of human that's sitting on the sidelines over there. And that's against Oscar Shibwe tonight. So the reigning National Player of the Year. So, it's hard to play small ball against Oscar Shibwe. So, will they try to double team some, mix it up, all that? But, the glass half full part for Vanderbilt is, I'd say 75% of the teams around the SEC right now are way better defensively than they are on offense. They struggle to shoot. They struggle to score. It's not aesthetically pleasing, whereas Alabama's up there with them. Missouri's got a pretty good offense. They're fast-paced. Tennessee is starting to be less Jekyll and Hyde. So you're getting some of those. But Vanderbilt's got to be in that conversation of, you know what? They have offense. I don't know that they're, that doesn't mean they can stop everybody. And they are going to have some mismatches on the other end where they just don't have an answer for a Shibwe. But when they spread guys out and Shibwe's down in the paint and ball screens and all the action they run, Vanderbilt's a team that can beat you in the 70s and 80s, and they're going to have to outscore teams.
Why is that? You mentioned across the SEC, kind of the offenses behind defenses. And Bruce Pearl, we had him on last week. Was it last week? And he said the same thing, and he was like, offensively, we're still coming along, but that's how it is across the league. Why?
I think some of it is, we talk about the analytics, which is, it's such a cool advancement in the game. And to me, your first thought is, oh, wow, how nice is it to know that your best player is much better at the left wing than he is the right wing or left block or the right, whatever it is. But really, I think it's helped the defense more than the offense. Like, there is so much data on what to take away from you as a player.
That's interesting. And
coaches love to be like, all right, and the scouting reports are just getting so much more detailed to where it's about stopping teams rather than scoring on them. And I do think, I don't have these stats off the top of my head, but there's a regional thing to that too, I believe. I think the SEC just has less shooters than what you might see in the ACC and the Big 12. Better athletes. They're flying all over the court a little bit, and they've got great, again, when I called a few games earlier this season where I saw some of the ACC teams against SEC, and there was just such a distinct difference. The same way you guys see it in football, like, the SEC has better athletes. However, that doesn't always translate into better fundamentally sound players and shooters. So I think there is a regional component to that, too.
Talking college basketball with Dane Bradshaw, who's in studio. He'll be on the call tonight. Vanderbilt hosting Kentucky. More 3HL coming up. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, Dane Bradshaw in studio. 104.5 The Zone. I'll tell you about my friends at Brentwood Jewelry, and you need to know these guys because Valentine's Day is coming up, Mother's Day is coming up, all the women holidays are coming up. So you need a jeweler in your life where you can just go and see Brandon, Salem, Amamali over there at Brentwood Jewelry, and you can walk in and they're like, "Hey man, I got you. What are you kind of thinking?" And you'll go in a common direction, and they'll be able to help you out. Brentwood Jewelry makes finding that perfect Valentine's Day gift easy. Stop by to find one-of-a-kind gifts for that special someone in your life, whether you're looking for a custom-design engagement ring to take this Valentine's Day over the top or a one-of-a-kind Salem E earring or necklace. Brentwood Jewelry will not disappoint. Ladies, don't forget the guys in your life for Valentine's Day as well. Get them an elegant timepiece that matches their personality and lifestyle. From Brentwood Jewelry's line of pre-owned Rolexes to the sports look of Oris, no matter what their style, Brentwood Jewelry has the perfect piece to celebrate them this Valentine's Day. 7012 Church Street in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for more than 50 years. Visit BrentwoodJewelry.com.
All right, NFL Conference Championships coming up Sunday. You can enjoy more thrills than a 2-minute drill. Do it with FanDuel. Doesn't matter if you're new to FanDuel, you already have an account there, giving all customers a no-sweat same-game parlay. What does that mean? That means you get free bets back if your conference championship same-game parlay does not hit. Bet on everything. Money line, point spreads, which player will score a touchdown, over, under, passing yards. Doesn't matter if you can't decide. You can always ride with thousands of other fans and bet popular same-game parlays already built for you. If you're new to FanDuel, sign up with promo code DAWN, DAWN. See for yourself why it is America's #1 sportsbook. And if you already have a FanDuel account, No problem. Start building your no sweat same game parlay today. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. You got to be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. 3+ legs, minimum $1 bet required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets. Expires 7 days after receipt. Max bonus $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line 1-800-889-9789.
3HL 1045, The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. We've got a distinguished guest in the studio, Dane Bradshaw. Who, like Ron Slay, played power forward at Tennessee.
That's right.
Look at that. We got
Can
two
you believe
bald
it wasn't too
analysts.
long ago this guy was hosting me on recruiting visits to Tennessee.
Oh, my Lord, have mercy.
Did he
Can I
seriously
tell y'all a
host
quick
you?
story on that?
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
We
girls.
can skip the agenda.
Like that's my guy. Like, yeah.
So I think
you
I was
really
already
host him?
committed.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
I think I was already committed.
Wait, real quick. Did you know you were going to? I don't remember. Did you know you were going to go to Tennessee for a while, or were you
No,
pretty
I
open
didn't grow
to?
up like a big Tennessee fan. I
Okay.
didn't have like
I was
those
wondering
ties,
in the
but they
Memphis
were the
area.
first ones to really start recruiting me,
Yeah.
and it just kind of always stuck with me. And then and they were first to offer, so I committed early. It was just one of those things where it felt right and was loyal and all that stuff. So, so with that in mind, like I didn't take a bunch of official visits, so I could use a couple at Tennessee. I forget how it worked back then, and it wasn't that far, but I had a bunch of friends from Memphis that had already graduated, and they were freshmen in college when I was a senior. And so I come up to Knoxville, and so Ron and I are going to go out. Maybe Brandon Crump was with us. I don't know.
More than likely.
Crump's name keeps popping up in
Crump's
some of
all
these
over.
stories.
I'm
man.
like, Slay,
all over.
look, I know you're hosting me, but you got to trust me here. There is a foam party at the SAE house tonight that we got to go to, man. And to his credit, he was like, hey, I'm down. Let's
I'm
do
with
it.
it.
It's from the SAE house.
You got the right one.
Like, those were the days of the foam party. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
see
that's
that
so
anymore.
disgusting.
Oh, yeah, I know. I was like, man, I'm
that's
telling you,
wild.
just trust me.
Great time.
And we go in there,
this is
and you got the frat guys, sorority girls with floaties on and other stuff. And he's like, man, this is wild right here.
How was I missing this?
But at first you're like, I ain't too sure about this DB. I give him about 10 more minutes though. I'm looking around like, man, where's Ron at? I'm like making sure he's cool. For some reason, like as if he wasn't gonna get along with anybody. So I'm looking around like, where's Ron at? And then all of a sudden I see on the stage up there who's working the foam machine, spraying it in the whole crowd. Ron Slay. Because he had, I don't know, maybe his brand new Air Force Ones on. He was like, I'm not going to get in the party. I can't get the shoes dirty, but I'm going to get on stage and get this thing right.
Oh my gosh.
So then
That
I
is
felt cool
so
because I'm a
on
senior in
brand.
high school and I'm seeing all my freshmen, like, guys that are pledging.
Big
Like,
shots,
dude,
yeah.
you're so cool. You brought Ron Slay to the party. And he's working his phone machine. This is crazy.
Dude, that was wild, man. I was so pissed after that, though. Like, man, I should have been here, man. How could nobody tell me about this? Like, how's this going on? It's right down the street from the dorm. Come on, man.
Oh, this
That
is
was
that
it.
is
Yeah,
so
walking
great.
distance from Gibbs.
Yeah,
That
so
is
was.
so on brand.
Oh,
Is
man,
it not?
that-
Like working the phone machine. That's
You
about
can,
right.
you can see me doing that, Babs? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, slightly.
I want to go back to what you were talking about with regard to the SEC being more of a defensive, like grinded out league. It's funny because like you see it in football where schools start recruiting to beat the schools in their league, right? Like
Yeah.
so you see kind of a Big 10 style or a Big 12 style.
Yep.
Do you see that in basketball too? Like is that kind of where we are there, or is it different because of the big tournament at the end of the season?
Well, I think it's. I think you just have really good coaches in this league that adjust to their personnel. I don't think that, for example, you guys have had Bruce on. I don't think that Auburn came in and they just recruited to, hey, let's have fewer shooters and bigger guys and let's start averaging under 70 a game. Like, I don't think that was the plan. But then all of a sudden when maybe a guy you brought in isn't as good as you thought or maybe a guy gets hurt or whatever, it's like, hey, this isn't really what we do, but let's adjust and fit our personnel, and that's what we got to start taking teams away. This is how we're going to win games. And I think every shoot-around I go to is so detailed. The personnel is great. When they started the SEC Network, I think 2014, all due respect to some of the coaches that were there, the shoot-arounds and the practices were not nearly as impressive as they are now. The investment in these coaches that they've brought in that are making big-time money, but like there's not a lot of separation in those scouting reports. Everybody's prepared. Everybody's ready. And it's just, do you have the guys to get it done? And some of those wrinkles, man, it's crazy. It is unique personalities, but we talked about some of the analytics. Will Wade was a guy at LSU who was crazy over their analytics.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They would literally study the referee that was going to be in charge of doing the jump ball.
Wow.
And they would practice that some on the side, their center. Now, it's not
Really?
like he'd spend an hour on it, but he said, no, because he said it on like a Zoom call in passing. He's like, yeah, I'm always happy when we win the jump ball. You know, that's something we work on, yada, yada. And he went on. I was like, whoa, go back. You care about the jump ball? He goes, yeah. I mean, you win the jump ball on average, that team's going to get an extra possession at the end of the game. And that could be the one possession that wins the game.
Wow.
I mean, it
And
makes
like-
sense.
It does make sense.
Wow.
And
so-
it does make
Taking
sense.
over, man.
You know, and it's so you know, you also can't have the analysis paralysis where you know you're down 10 or down 1 with 10 seconds left, and you're sitting there scrambling like, hey, what percentage are we from here in this area? Like you gotta trust your gut.
What does
sometimes.
the book say?
Yeah,
What does
yeah.
the book
But
say?
it's just I think everybody's trying to try to find that edge because 2 to 4 points a game. And when they're, doing these baseline out of bounds plays and covering everything the teams do, because that can be the difference of being an NIT team or finishing 10-8 in the league and getting a bid.
I've talked to Bruce Pearl about that, he's famous and notorious for designing inbounds plays because he feels like that could be a difference in the game if you can get, 8, 10, 12 points out of bounds.
Mm-hmm. And it forces the opponent, like all of a sudden, how much time are they spending on out of bounds plays that they normally don't? And they're like, man, we're an hour into practice. We haven't even done what we want to do. We've been covering Bruce's out of bounds plays or whoever it is.
Yep.
So Slay Dog is going to, for those that don't know, again, got some SEC network responsibilities. Been hanging out with Peter Burns last weekend, right? And Dari.
And Dari, yep.
And Pat Bradley. That is a grind of a day.
Oh, it's full fledged.
I told Slay.
It's burning and everything.
I said I had a couple beers, saw him at like noon. Then I watched some basketball, took a nap, had a couple more beers. Slay's still there. Then I got ready for dinner, another couple beers. There's Slay's still there. He's flinging headbands at people.
Hey, you know what? But the
the
analyst gets paid for one day, but you don't see one host there all day.
No, you
They tag out, right?
We just talked about that. Like, man, they swapped that out. Like, I'm like,
I'm like, PB gets a lead.
man, dude, no wonder you can stay fresh like that. I'm like, okay, yeah.
But now he's going to be on the broadcast table at some of these games. So what do you have tomorrow? Auburn and Texas A&M?
Auburn and Texas A&M
Yeah.
at Auburn, down in the plains.
Hey, when you texted me and you said you were going to be in studio, who was? Did I call right away and congratulate you?
Immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately. Usually Dana hit back in text. He called me. I'm like, oh, Dana excited about this. He was geeked. I'm talking about.
But that
He was
it
happy
was
to
clear.
meet.
You said studio.
Yeah.
You're getting in my territory now, Slay. That Slay ride needs to be a direct from Nashville to Charlotte, baby. No pit stops in Auburn, Tuscaloosa, Baton Rouge. Keep that ass in Charlotte, Slay. Come on, man. You got a lot of work in February, and I'm in Chattanooga with the kids. I love my family.
They got me creeping
But this is
down for
volleyball crime.
Yeah.
You're right.
I
You're
tell
right,
you.
Dane.
Dane's out there, no
now.
advice. What can I do to do a great job? Courtside. I don't know, man. I don't know.
How's my sleigh
Ball
ride
on ball.
impersonation?
That was
Okay,
very
that's
good. That was legit.
Oh,
I
that's
am
what
Hey, you
impressed.
gotta watch
around
this
you too
guy, man. I
long,
thought we
man.
were friends, man. I'll
That's
introduce
what
you to my
people-
kids. I don't know if I can introduce you to my wife now.
That's what people been around you too long, dog.
And doing it with Tom Hart too. That's my guy. That's my play-by-play guy. I mean,
That's right.
You're calling Tom with Tom.
Yeah. They had to put me with a vet,
Dang,
man, to get my
dang.
feet wet, man.
I got you. Yeah.
I thought
You know
Tom
I'm
would be
rooting
on
for
the
you.
Kentucky Vandy call tonight, actually.
I did too. I thought he would too.
And sometimes they have changes last minute. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what caused this one. Like there's
Maybe
there's
Ron
weather
Slay.
and stuff. Yeah.
No, that's exactly what it was. Because guess what? Tom me and him had talked, and he was like, he was doing this game. I was like, oh, cool. We can just talk Monday when you come into town. You ain't got to call me. And then he called me, and I was like, dude, I thought you was doing the game. He was like, they come in Arkansas and fighting snow. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, well, all right. That's cool.
You'll have
never
fun
know.
though.
I
You'll
mean,
have a
it's
blast
hard
with him.
scheduling.
Everybody knows
Yeah.
that you know the game, but your personality is just as good and better. And Tom will help get
Appreciate
that out
Oh,
of you
that.
during
don't
the
pull
game.
it
man.
out.
Yeah.
Tom likes to
You
talk.
better be careful.
There might not
Like,
be.
throw it out.
Now I
Get you
can't
in
wait
trouble,
for. I
too.
got to tell Tom. I'm going to spill the beans here that. I got to tell him to tee you up on when the Eagle's going to fly into the stadium.
That's what I'm waiting on.
That's
That's what I'm waiting on. I am waiting on the Eagle. I can't wait. I don't care. Play Eagle. Some kind of Eagle needs to fly through that arena.
I will say this about Tom Hart. I don't think there's another person in America that appreciates the Boom Boom Room more than Tom Hart.
Dane gave it to
Yeah.
him. He tried to bring him in there slowly.
Yeah.
Man.
And Tom, you can tell this to him. I'd say it to him if he was right here. So Tom's all about trending on Twitter. Yeah. So when he saw the Boom Boom Room get some love, he goes, I need to hop on this. I need to hop on this one. and so he wrote it. Yeah.
He wrote that thing right into the rest of the season. I was like, look at my guys, man. Look at my guys. That's what I'm talking about. He held his hand and walked him into the Boom Boom Room.
Well, Dane Bradshaw in studio in town for the Kentucky-Vanderbilt game. We mentioned Tennessee. Let's talk about the Vols. We were talking about them yesterday. Dana, correct me if I'm wrong. If they are hitting threes, there's not a team in the country that can beat them.
Yeah, and I'm starting to think that they got it down. I mean, yes, they are. It's tricky. And right now you're seeing some of the chatter in Tennessee right now where you wonder, all right, is Rick Barnes underappreciated? And it does feel that way a little bit. But I think where some Tennessee fans are like, they've just seen that the offense can falter in March some. And so there's just this cautious optimism that might not be fair to this team because of how improved they are and historically one of the greatest defenses we've ever seen. And they're a year better. Josiah Jordan-James hitting shots. Zakai Ziegler, you could argue he's the best point guard in the SEC. And so, they're the full package. You look across the SEC, or excuse me, the entire country, everybody's got their flaws. And so when you're looking at your own team, I don't care if it's the Titans, I'm an Eagles fan, whatever it is, you always kind of focus on the thing you don't have as opposed to the thing you do have. And for Tennessee, yes, their offense can come and go. But the one thing that I think everybody says is, do they have a guy that can just go get you a bucket? Like, hey, everything else is broken down because you're not, what we call 1-4 flat. So that'd be giving the ball to your best player at the top, everybody else go on the baseline, just let the guy go to work, right? There's nobody on the team you're saying 1-4 flat for Vescovy.
Right.
Zakai Ziegler, that's not really his game.
Right.
Josiah, that's not his game. And so, yes, the beauty is they make each other better. They swing the ball around, this and that, and they've proven to be really good at that. I mean, they're second or third in the country, assisting on about 70% of their makes. So that
always
shows
look at
you.
that stat.
Yeah, and I think
they're so good at that.
But when teams take it away and they start denying and force them to play a one-on-one, that's where you wonder, can they have enough offense? But, again, my hat's off to them because I had a game in Starkville when they were not playing well offensively to Mississippi State, who isn't great offensively themselves either. But their defense keeps them in games. All of a sudden, you look up at halftime, they played horrible, and it's 23-23.
23-23.
So,
Yep, absolutely right.
But then that's kind of where the shots started to fall, the second half of that game.
Yeah, and I think Rick Barnes has given his team great confidence to say, hey, keep shooting, keep shooting. I think sometimes people might criticize, hey, he takes guys out right after they make a mistake, and it's not always that simple.
Yeah.
There might be a very valid reason he's taking the guy out because he had just told him to do X, Y, Z, and he did the complete opposite. Whereas you look at a guy like Zakai Ziegler and he said, hey, man, if you're open, if you see a window, shoot it. Shoot that ball. And that's the type of confidence you want your coach giving you. And so, I think Tennessee and Alabama have separated themselves in the SEC for sure. And, I think it's really important that teams like Kentucky, like Auburn can fight to get a little bit better seeding because March could be tough for the SEC. Yeah. It's not just about getting teams in the tournament. It's about getting a seed that puts you in a position to realistically advance. And it's some of the teams that had those somewhat Cinderella stories in non-conference, Mississippi State, LSU, those surprise teams, they're now faltering. And A&M, Florida were teams that you expected to be good. They didn't have good non-conferences. Now they're picking it up. And so if you're at the SEC office and a fan of the league, you're thinking, guys, don't just cannibalize each other to where we end up with 5 teams in the tournament because realistically you should have 7 or 8.
You're looking at a team in Arkansas. We start the season and you got 5 guys when you're talking about getting people to the league, one and dones that can definitely get there. Brazil's one. He got hurt. Nick Smith, now he's out. Not sure when he's coming back or whatever. But are they a team that you think must always get better going towards March? But it's not been a struggle like it is now. Can they grab a hold of the reins?
I think he's proven he's willing to make adjustments. Last year they struggled in January, and what they did was they went big. I don't know if you remember a guy, Trey Wade. Didn't score much for him, but was just a big body, could defend on the perimeter, and they shut down guys from 3.
Yep.
Last game they had kid Joseph Pinion, freshman, came off the bench, played well. And I think they need to play him more. He's a freshman, not a great defender, but can shoot it. And they got to have somebody that can just open up the floor a little bit. If he gives up a bucket or two,
that's all right.
Okay. Yeah. Like the guy in front of him wasn't the greatest defender either, but at least on the offensive end, he can give you that. So, yeah, the Nick Smith Jr. thing's interesting. So this was the most heralded recruit in the entire country, really. The freshman, Nick Smith, has only played a couple games, knee management stuff, and everybody's like, hey, is his agent and his group saying, hey, just hold out, man. Just hold out. Don't risk it. You'll be a lottery pick. Meanwhile, his team needs him. And so that's the story to watch is, will Nick Smith come back and play for Arkansas? If so, they're a different team.
Yeah.
But you look around the SEC at some of those, what might have been type superstars. Michael Porter Jr., never really got to see him play.
Yep.
Darius Garland, never really got to see him play.
Nick
Smith,
rough.
these are lottery pick type guys. Kyrie Irving was a situation at Duke.
The kid at Kentucky last year.
Shaden Sharp.
Shaden Sharp.
They all have their own story, but it's one of those where you think about how much work you put in to get that guy and what a huge get it was for your program. And then you look up at the end of the year and you got nothing to show for it.
That's tough.
Dane Bradshaw with us in Studio 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
I want to hit on Kentucky a little bit just because of, I follow Miss Cow on Instagram, and she's always kind of like funny.
They call her the princess, right?
Oh, she's hilarious. And she calls Coach Cal her roommate. And so, but she's always funny, and it's always like kind of ironic and all that. Well, needless to say, we got to the point this season where she posted like how much she supports him and all of that. It's just such a weird situation and position to be in with Kentucky basketball and Coach Cal.
Let's do this. Let's go down that path when we come back.
Now I get to think on my answer.
You good, Babs?
Why you got to cut me off?
Chopped it off.
Who's the one in here that wants to break on time all the time?
I know. I always yell at y'all.
I went too long making fun of Ron for stabbing me in the back.
No, you didn't.
Oh, no, that was
Believe
golden.
me, everyone loved it. I'm getting text messages and everything. That's radio gold right there. What do you mean it's gold? They ain't talking about me. How's that gold?
Dude,
The recruiting story, too.
Nailed the sleigh ride right there. Yeah.
We'll get the phone party going in the studio. All right, more
Okay,
with Dane
when we
Bradshaw.
come back, we'll talk about Coach Cal.
Kentucky, and we need to get into Alabama. Brandon Miller, a local kid that is killing
that
it.
kid.
All right, more with Dane Bradshaw next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
Quite a lengthy commercial about Buck right there.
That was.
Got along.
Listen, Buck can be long-winded.
Yes, he can. He just
What
showed
the
us.
buck?
He just showed. I like it, Babsy. Hey, man, listen. You want to earn a buck. How about that? Superbook Sports, that's what you need to dial into, man. It's real simple to do. Put Vegas right there in the palm of your hand. You got games going on tonight. Vandy and Kentucky, man. The line is only 6. What you going to do? It's interesting. Don't worry about it. Parsley may be coming up, man. Just stay tuned to 3HL. First and foremost, though, go download the Superbook Sports app. Visit superbook.com. Start placing your bets right then and there. Wager on a little bit of everything and more. And they're offering up to a $1,000 bonus when you sign up, deposit, and wager in the same day. That's right. Do all 3. You can get you some more money. Now, here's the magic trick. Once you do all that, you can put Vegas right there in the palm of your hand. You ain't got to go to Vegas to bet. You can do it right there on your phone, your mobile device, whatever it is. And, listen to 3HL because the parlay will be hidden and you can get involved in it. Get in action right now with Superbook Sports. Visit superbook.com. For terms and conditions, gambling problem, call 1-800-889-9789. Book it.
I want to tell you about Xfinity Internet. We need it running. We need the internet running fast, just like you do. Kids playing games and doing homework, and we're both working and getting stuff done. So Xfinity Internet comes. That's the only internet I would use, and that's what we do use. Get the speed that you need at a great price. Fastest internet on the largest gig speed network. Xfinity delivering gig speeds to more homes than anyone, so get ready to do even more on your devices with gig speeds. Gig speed internet is available to 99% of this footprint. Enjoy all of your favorite apps all in one place with a Flex 4K streaming box free with your Xfinity Internet. Stay connected on the go With over 20 million secure Xfinity Wi-Fi hotspots nationwide, Xfinity's internet service, bringing your entire experience together by connecting other services like Xfinity XFi, Advanced Security, Xfinity Flex, and more. To get started, call 1-800-XFINITY, visit Xfinity.com, or drop into an Xfinity store today for more details. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed based on Xfinity's fastest available download speeds. Maximum download speed of 940 megabits per second when hardwired via Ethernet. Not available in all areas. Performance may be limited by customers' device configuration. HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slade. Dane Bradshaw in studio at Dane Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Vandy, Kentucky coming up tonight.
Yes, indeed.
You said the other day you kind of like Vandy maybe in this thing.
If it's, hey, man, the way they playing for Stack, man, if you don't want to, if it's a puncher's chance out there, you don't want to give it to Vanderbilt. That's all I'm saying. You don't want them to be the one that catch you with the right hook. because I don't know if you can get up from it. Not in that gym.
I'm with you. I want to go with you, but I keep thinking about 37 and 24 the other day.
Okay, so this is my thing. I want to hear from Dane on it, but
attacking the rim.
No,
My
relentlessly.
goodness.
3 people boxing them out.
Relentlessly. That's
what
the
I
word.
said. Okay, Ja.
We were talking about Ja Morant and how so my middle kid loves Grizzlies basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, loves Grizzlies basketball. But he's always worried about Ja going too hard at the rim with all those bodies around there. And so Slay said, yeah, he's relentless with it.
Yep.
And so I was trying to remember that word earlier to tell Dawn. And
He
there
takes
it is.
a lot of hits, though.
Yeah,
He does.
and that's what we were saying.
Kinda like
how
Allen
long
Iverson, man.
how long does that last, man?
You look at Kevin Durant.
Yep.
He stayed low to the ground his whole career.
Yeah. That's how you glide
so did
through.
I.
I'm gonna need Ja Morant to play on Sunday because I gotta.
That's right. You got to lure him going.
I don't know.
I'm gonna need him to go ahead and
Hey,
get healthy.
but to your point, Vandy, I think
what?
they're going to get the shots they want.
Yeah.
Will they make them? I know it's too simple to be like, well, if they make shots, no. But in this game, I think it is that simplified because I think Stack's going to run good enough stuff. They're going to be small enough to where they're going to get the open looks. Can they score 75 to 80 points knowing that they might give up 25 and 20 to Sheboygan?
Right.
Like it's going to happen.
Yep.
But, that Kentucky's got to guard them on the other end too.
Yeah, you can't stop everything. And I just think, man, that 25 and 20, it depends how it comes. If it comes over the course of the game, that's different. So it can have a different impact if you go through a 3-minute stretch and he got 10 and 6. You know what I mean? With 4 of those offensive rebounds, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying?
And
Give it a
Vanderbilt's
second
so
chance.
light. It's you're going to give up some offensive rebounds where Kentucky's best in the country.
Yep.
But if you look up and it's 22 to 4 or second chance points, then not so good.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do think some of these smaller guys, we were talking to Stackhouse today, when you have a smaller guy trying to front you and box you out, those guys get the whistle more.
Yes, they do.
Can you get a chicken wing from Sheboygan and try to get him? That's more than a Plavsic for Tennessee where they let the big guys play type thing. But
Absolutely.
Back to your Cal question.
Yes. Back to my Cal question. How weird is it? Like, is he different when you deal with him? Is he feeling that pressure? I mean, there's signs in the stands of fire Cal, send
Go
him
to Texas, please.
Yes, please take him. All of that in how is he different, and what have you seen from him in this team and their struggles?
yeah, I think he's still handled it well. Obviously, with the way he hadn't lost the locker room, I think that was one of the questions that was really circulating around the program was, hey, has Cal lost this team? I mean, everybody looks down. South Carolina goes on your home court, and then they go get the win at Tennessee. And more than just the win at Tennessee, you see the celebration in the locker room afterwards where they're throwing water all over him, and guys are like, that's our guy. We love him. Like, he shouldn't be taking this much heat. And those were, to me, that was very authentic type quotes that a player doesn't just come out and say for no reason. Right. And so I give him great credit there. There's times where he says, hey, look, everybody makes a big deal when we lose a few in a row. What about these other teams across the SEC that have lost a few in a row? But when you're at Kentucky, it's different.
Yeah, you don't get that.
Now, Kentucky fans would say, hey, there's more to the story than just this recent losing streak. It's the disappointing NCAA tournament loss to St. Peter's. It's the,
It's a basketball
8-win
school.
season or whatever they had the year before. So, as they say, heavy is the head that wears the crown. But and so there's a lot of pressure that comes with it.
Good stuff.
Let's talk about the Alabama Crimson Tide. What a fun basketball team to watch. And Brandon Miller, who we followed in high school, obviously over at Cane Ridge here in Nashville, is absolutely killing it. What do you see from the Alabama Crimson Tide this year?
Yeah, thanks to Miller and some other changes that they've had, to me, they've got their intimidation factor back on other teams. Yeah. And it's not just that, but in the word spurtability. They didn't have that last year. 2 years ago, they did, where you played Alabama, and when they made a three, you thought, oh, my God, here they go, 9-0 run coming like that. Last year, they were a low IQ team. They did not defend well enough, so when they couldn't get the defense, that meant worse transition looks or very few of them, and it just wasn't clicking. They've made the personnel changes. They've gotten back to what Nate Oates wants, which is pretty simple. He did this at Detroit Romulus, where he's a high school coach. They got put out of like the first state tournament he ever was in. He said, by God, from here on out, I don't care how tall they are or what they are, we're going to have 5 guys on the court at all times that can pass, shoot, and dribble. Sounds that simple, but pass, shoot, and dribble. So my 5-man better be able to put it on the deck twice, kick out. And so I think they have that intimidation factor back, and that they still turn it over a little bit, but they've got a good point guard in Sears who's hitting Miller on the spot. I asked an opposing coach earlier this week about some of the best point guards in the SEC, and that was one of the things they talked about was Sears puts it right in that shooting pocket for Miller. And he's much more than just a spot-up shooter, as you guys know. Right. And Matt McMahon, speaking of John Morant, who coached John Morant at Murray State, now the LSU coach, and obviously they got lit up by Alabama. He said, he goes, I hadn't been around the SEC very long, obviously, but I've seen some top-notch talent. He goes, I'm telling you, that's the best college player I have ever seen since John Morant.
That's tough.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that's tough.
That's saying something.
Saying a lot, yeah.
Man, that's tough. I knew it was there. You knew it was there, and
Now he wasn't. Now, in fairness, Matt McMahon had been coaching in the ACC prior to this and all that, but they were still going up against some heavyweight teams in non-conference, and they were good teams. And he knows when the standard is John Morant. Now, of course, Miller's not the same type of player, but in terms of that guy's going to be in the league for 15 years.
I think the most intriguing part, and we were talking about it yesterday, is him going there as a freshman, doing what he's doing, being unselfish about it, and being a great teammate. And it's trickling down to the rest of his teammates. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody is being brought up with him. Like, Sears is being brought up. Clowney is now in the discussion with all that talent. And you got guys coming off the bench like you.
Did y'all see him get rattled in high school, though? I didn't see him play in high school. Did you ever see him lose his composure? Because his maturity level, he can get shut down for periods in the game. It seems like he doesn't get frustrated.
I think a lot of credit goes to it was a great player here. Marlon Sims played at Whites Creek with David Vaughn. He was this coach over at Cane Ridge High School. Did a great job of being around that caliber of talent and knowing how to groom it and bring them up. So you rarely got to see him be frustrated. Now, behind the scenes, you got to have some coaching and things go on, but out in the open, not one many times that he got frustrated. And I think that was part of it as fans watching him saying, man, why don't he turn it on like that John Morant? You know he got it in, but at the same time, it's always good to see when you're around other great players and you are the one that shines, you know what I mean? But you bring everybody else with you. I think that's the
best example I have for him was this year as a freshman, and credit Nate Oates at Alabama for scheduling so hard. So I think he was as prepared as he could be for this moment. But on the road at Bud Walton Arena, where Coach Muss does such a good job with personnel stuff and taking you away.
Davis was in him.
Devo Davis was on it, right?
He was in him. Yeah.
But then, last 5 minutes, it got close, and then 9-0 run, bang, bang, bang. Yep. 2 of those triples with Miller. He just and Davis got detached.
Yep.
He just had a miscue twice.
Yep.
And it's almost like, I don't know, you're going up against a great running back and you got him 10 carries for 20 yards. And then that 11th carry, bust it for 60, touchdown. And that's just to be able to keep – a lot of freshmen would get so frustrated and shut down. If you had somebody shut down for 35 minutes in a game as a freshman on the road, usually that guy can't get his head out of his butt to make those plays in the end, and Miller could.
Yeah.
Dane Bradshaw in studio. Thanks for coming in. Got to get your take on Chris Lofton with the 35 going up into the rafters.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was awesome, man. Lofton, what a great teammate. When he first got there, he did not pass the eye test. I mean, didn't look good, wasn't impressive. Last in all the drills, and looked awkward doing left-hand layups. I'm telling you, and then all of a sudden he started getting the hang of it and getting his confidence, and he started, his shot's kind of a little bit awkward looking, a little fadeaway. He got, doesn't really have that elbow form and all that stuff. You're like, man, he keeps making that lucky BS. It won't last. And then the next day he kept making that lucky BS, and the next. But I tell people at the time we knew that he really was going to be something special. We were at the Maui Invitational his freshman year under Buzz Peterson. We were getting smacked by North Carolina, who eventually went on to win the NCAA title. Sean May, Raymond Felton, Marvin Williams, Rashad McCants. And so we're getting beat up, and our team had kind of folded, really. And at that time, though, C.J. Watson was our point guard, Scooter McFadden our 2, Brandon Crump our 3, and that was kind of however you wanted to make them in order. Option A, B, C, with Chris as a complimentary piece as a shooter. Man, that second half, Chris was like, man, if y'all don't want to play, I will. Give me the ball. Just bucket. Rashad McCants,
Yeah.
you want it?
Yeah.
Raymond Felton, you want it? Who else?
Yeah.
And we're just sitting there, and we're still down 20.
Right.
But every
boy.
lottery pick they put on them, that
Yeah.
freshman from Maysville was busting their head.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, everybody's on the bus like, yo, I think
got
we know
some.
who option A is, man. And
Think we got some.
man. But I tell you, his work ethic was absolutely sensational. I've never met a more likable superstar that caused less jealousy in a locker room because it was impossible not to root for him.
Right.
But for kids at home that might be listening, he wasn't great in like agility drills, ladder drills, that conditioning stuff. And so I don't know if insecure is the right word, but like he would always have to like redo the drill and stuff. So he said, oh, forget it. He would get there earlier in the day to work with the strength coach to go over the drills that we were going to be doing later in the day so he could be prepared for he was practicing for the practice so that he could get up there, lead the drill, do those things. And to me, that's shows why he didn't have certain things and gifts naturally, but he had the work ethic to overcome those, and the rest is history, man.
By the way, in that game, 8 of 12 from the floor, 6 threes.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the exact stats, man. Yeah, he was,
Serious.
and trust me, I guarantee you they were all contested. So that was really cool, and I got to shut down a bar at 2 a.m. with Allen Houston. That was fun, man.
I missed all that, man.
Hey, real quick, we had Chris on the show the other day, and like the story. I wish everybody knew his story about going through surgery with cancer and going through treatments and not telling anyone.
Yeah.
And his numbers dipped a little bit, but he was still out there with his teammates affecting games and trying to win and all of those things. And I said, how tired were you? And he said, exhausted.
Best story I have on that, Steve Forbes, head coach at Wake Forest, posted this, and it was really touching. Chris was struggling with in his senior season, not playing as well. And he said, Coach Forbes said they brought him in, the coaching staff did, and said, hey, Chris, obviously they knew what was going on. It was like, we know you want to go out better than this individually. This is kind of the cutoff point for us to do a medical red shirt. Why don't you just take care of your radiation, all that stuff, get yourself all better so that you can be 100% for your senior season and go out well. Most kids would be worrying about the NBA draft. Yeah, that's right. Hey, if I got a chance for a redo, let me do it. He said, no, man, our team's top 5 in the country or whatever it is. I can still help my team, so forget that. I'm going to keep playing. And that's all you need to know on that kid. And I've asked him before, what's your best memory at Tennessee? You think he might say Kevin Durant shot or went through a buzzer beater. He points to the Memphis game when the Tennessee won the Memphis 1-2 game. And he didn't play well in that game. Yep. Like, if I asked you what was your favorite game, you're immediately thinking, what game did I ball in?
Yeah, you better believe
If somebody asked me, I'm thinking, what game did I ball in? Chris is like, man, when our team became number one, like it just, so for him to have that balance of a takeover killer mentality, yet never put himself before the team, really special stuff.
Dope, man.
Dope. 2 for 11 in that game. Just pulled that up.
Yeah, and just, I think he made a couple of free throws down the stretch to ice it. I mean, that guy never got the credit he deserved for icing at the end. Yeah. I remember one time when we were playing Virginia to go to the Sweet 16, and they were having a foul in the end. I was the inbounds passer, and I kept throwing it to Chris, and he got fouled, right? And he goes down and makes 2. And I throw it to Chris again, and they're not fouling, and I'm yelling, Chris, just keep it, because they wanted him to throw it back to the inbound passer, me, at 55%. And he goes, and eventually they fouled because time was ticking off, And he goes, damn, Dane. I was like, Chris, it's not that I'm scared. I know what they're trying to do. I'm playing the percentages, man. Like, so
you keep the ball.
You keep that ball. I did my part. I inbounded it to you.
Yeah, I did my job.
You go knock it down, man.
Oh, man. Good stuff, Dane, man. Great to see you, brother.
Yeah, you guys are
thanks
awesome. Congrats on such a successful show. Y'all got something special here, man.
Well, thank you, and thanks for always being willing to hop on when we need you.
No, this is great. Appreciate it. And I'll hear you on air. Have fun with my partner, Tom Hart, at my game tomorrow.
I appreciate you put him on loan. I saw him on loan. I picked him up.
At Dane Bradshaw on Twitter. He's got Vandy, Kentucky tonight. You can check him out. Coming up next, Jim Wyatt. Talk a little Tennessee Titans football, 104.5 The Zone. I want to tell you about Gina's Pizzeria. Gina's Pizza over there in Franklin, 3046 Columbia Avenue. You're going to find these guys in the Kroger Target Shopping Center on Columbia Avenue. Gina's is a family-owned and operated business. Steve Bledsoe, I've been friends with Steve and Diane Bledsoe for a long time, like 20 years. They are awesome people, and they've got something going on great at Gina's Pizza. And it's awesome for the entire family because the kids love the pizza in a lot of cases, or the cheese sticks and things like that. But there are all kinds of menu items, pasta, salads. The pizza is great, too. You can go that direction as well. Something really for everyone, as a matter of fact. They've got an Italian beef pizza, too. A lasagna pizza. Like, they've got specialty things, or you can go more traditional for sure, and you're going to love it no matter what. Playoff season here, the real MVP, Gina's Pizza in Franklin. Don't let their name fool you. Gina's Pizza has a full catering menu from pastas to salads, award-winning wings to incredible pizzas. Don't forget about the homemade desserts as well. Gina's Pizza will be able to create a customized catering order that will leave everyone cheering. From game day Sunday to weekly work catering events, Gina's Pizzeria has you covered. Gina's Pizza, 3046 Columbia Avenue in Franklin at the Target Shopping Center. Order online for in-store pickup, GinaStonefiredItalian.com.
Good afternoon from the Superbook.com sports desk. I'm Joe Hunk. Josh Heupel got paid a little while ago. When you win 11 games in a season, you're going to get yourself a contract extension. And that is exactly what happened. His new contract runs through 2028, and he will be paid $9 million on each season. Also, rookie tight end Chigaquanquo and rookie punter Ryan Stonehouse have both been named to the Pro Football Writers All-Rookie Team. Congratulations to them, and for all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. What up, Nashville? Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful Tuesday in the Music City. Dude, there's a bunch of precipitation coming.
Is it?
Yeah, you're the one that told me it's all raining in Houston.
Oh, no. They were talking about tornadoes in Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about tornadoes coming, but I do know, it's going to get squirrely.
I wonder what it's going to do in the morning. So should I leave like at 5 in the morning?
No, you should have left like 2 hours ago.
Nah, well, I have a show to do.
Dang, Babs.
Sorry.
Yeah, Babs is
Sorry, that
so
was
funny, Babs.
Delight in your
Yeah,
pain.
you just want me pulled up on the shoulder?
That's Bonk. That's Bonk.
We've also
I
got
can't wait. I'm pull over on the shoulder. I'm calling Babs at 2 in the morning. I'm gonna blow her line up. Just keep calling.
I'm sorry. I've had 2 coffees, a Diet Dr. Pepper, and now I'm on Skittles.
He's Ron Slay.
I'm in a building. I'm in a building.
Rocket Top.
Babs out here in overload.
This kind got no limit.
Overload.
Yeah, 100% chance of rain tonight after 10 p.m.
I told you, should have left about 2 hours ago.
Low of 41. Here we go, Nashville.
Oh, snow in the morning then, huh?
No.
Not at 41. God, I'm done. I'm done with winter.
It's enough.
Winter, we hadn't even had like anything. It snowed like one time, two times,
listen,
barely.
No, you missed an
did miss
entire
it.
week of HE double hockey stick while you
This is
were
true.
in
This is true, y'all.
PARA dice. So
Jesus.
don't give me this whole, it hadn't even been
Hey.
that bad.
Hey, you know the rules. Don't make us think more than we have to.
Sorry, paradise.
Thank you.
And you should have seen me. I was PARA.
I saw you. I saw you look up like
Yeah,
you were
like-
looking for the answer.
Dice.
gonna pop up
That's
out
not
of
how
the
you
sky.
spell Hawaii.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what is that?
I did.
What
Like,
island is that?
the day it went from 57 to -2, I didn't post anything from Hawaii because I was like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
That's-
you were like, I'm going to get crushed.
People are going to hate me. Jim Wyatt joins us now. Jimmy, what's up? How are you?
Jimmy.
Not too much. Hope you guys are doing well.
Hey, big congrats to Lipscomb Academy, also to Kevin Mawai, former Titan, and great dude. He is the new coach, for those that don't know. Football coach at Lipscomb Academy, taking over for Trent Dilfer.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Certainly was around him during his time with the Titans. Got to know him pretty well and saw him, when he's put into the Hall of Fame, and now to have him coming back here to have an influence on some of the young men in this area, I think is great for them. I mean, I think the city's lucky to have so many good high school coaches around here, whether they were professional athletes or not. I know we're lucky to have guys like Kevin Dyson, who's had a big role in leadership of young people in this community, and Ingle Martin. Obviously, there are gonna be some people I'll leave off, but I think it's great when former players get involved and able to have an impact on the players of tomorrow and players of today, obviously.
At Jay Wyatt Sports on Twitter, TennesseeTitans.com.
All right, new GM in the building. What was your initial take of Rand Carthon in meeting him?
Well, he arrived with such a great reputation. I mean, everybody, when that news was announced, you can always tell the impact that somebody has on people. And, everywhere he went, whether it was with the Falcons or with the Rams or with the 49ers, or even dating back to his college days at Florida, I mean, everybody has universally praised him. And then meeting him, obviously a very nice guy. Really neat family. It was cool to see them all rolling out to the press conference and dressed in their matching shoes, and then I thought he handled himself really well at the press conference, and very genuine. He knows he's got a lot of work ahead. He knows, part of the reason he's here is because, his reputation of being a guy who is going to build relationships and have a good relationship with Mike Vrabel. He knows he's got a lot of work to do, and we're very early in that process, and that's going to continue, with the Senior Bowl next week, and then obviously you've got some tough decisions to make on this roster as far as who you bring back, who you keep, who you're going to try to work out, restructures with. If you can make that happen, you got a 11th pick in the draft and 6 draft picks right now to make, and some big decisions at key positions. So I really liked him. Thought he made a great impression at the press conference, and I feel like the team got a really good GM.
I think it was an interesting answer when asked specifically about QB1. And he said, look, like everything else, I just got here. We've got to evaluate, and you're right. When you start to look at the financials, Jim, you can kind of tell like who they benefit from cutting, who they will have to do something with a contract like Ryan Tannehill. So, I think I said in the process, I thought it was probably an attractive proposition for guys that wanted that job, right? Because of the challenge involved and because of being able to immediately put your stamp on it.
Yeah, and I knew those questions had to be asked, whether it's about Ryan Tannehill or about Derrick Henry. But I hope people didn't really think they'd get an answer, a definitive answer on his first day on the job, because he hasn't been around Ryan Tannehill. He hasn't had a chance to talk at great length with Mike Vrabel about him. Obviously, part of the interview process, I thought one of his best lines of the day was, you better study up on the roster because you're going to be asked about it by the owner, and she knows all the answers. So he obviously did his homework on the Titans. But some tough decisions have to be made, and part of that on a lot of guys is what their contract looks like, how much they're potentially willing to work with you, and then sometimes you just wanting to go in a different direction with players. But again, I thought right out of the gate, I thought he did really well, and was impressed just how he handled himself.
Yeah. One cool answer I thought on our show, I asked him if he had met Mike Vrabel before, just in the football world, and he said he had not met him until the second round of interviews. And he said that Vrabel had a list of questions to work through, and he said we worked through a couple of those, and then it quickly went to conversation, and it was two guys talking ball, which I thought was a really cool glimpse into kind of that process and how that went.
Yeah, and I think he said that the pressure too that they could have talked for hours or talked for days just because it was such a relaxed conversation. They're both football guys, obviously former players. I think. That's such a big, important relationship. And I thought, Mike Vrabel and John Robinson, had a good relationship during their time with the team. Obviously, as time passes and some decisions are made and some of them maybe don't work out, then obviously, I don't want to say that fractures the relationship, but obviously it changes things. And I think what's important is that Mike Vrabel and Rand Carthon just stay on the same page, talk some of this through. I think they have a mutual respect for one another. I think that will continue through this. And Rand made it very clear. I mean, he wants to find. I thought, the way he answered the question about finding players and, being, he could be the best talent evaluator and sign some great players, but if they don't fit what Mike Vrabel wants to do, it's kind of a lost cause in some way. So I think that's what's important, is just identifying good fits for the team, for your coaching staff, and I think that will result in this roster being better and having more quality depth.
Jimmy, real quick for me, a lot of names you're hearing about the OC. Where are we with Tim Kelly? Do you have anything on that? I haven't really heard him. Been kind of quiet.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's in the mix. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And I think Mike Vrabel certainly knows. He worked with him in Houston. I worked with him here.
Yeah.
He was kind of more behind the scenes, obviously,
know what he got.
the Todd Downing show. But I do think Mike Vrabel's kind of doing his due diligence, not only at OC, but at a lot of different spots on the roster. And, some of it could include, coaches who are still coaching, and got games coming up this weekend. So that potentially has slowed down the process as well. But, Mike hasn't really been, I think he kind of, and we've seen this because he's been here for several years now, and he's had to make some changes over the years. He kind of does it in a stealth-like manner that a lot of times stuff doesn't get out what he's doing. And so I think he certainly has done some work with Tim, and we'll kind of see where it goes.
Okay. Appreciate it, brother.
Jim Wyatt at J. Wyatt Sports, TennesseeTitans.com for all of your Titans content, and maybe we'll see that oil derrick on the helmet next year, Jimmy.
Yeah, I think that's the year, and I've got to give Ron a shout out. I think he's doing a great job on SD Network. My dad was watching him when the Vanderbilt game ended the other day, and he said, "This Ron's." My dad's 85; he's a big sports fan, but he remembered Ron Slay when I used to cover Ron back in Pearl Coney. He says, "Man, that guy really does a good job on SD Network."
Oh, that's awesome! Appreciate
that's
that,
awesome.
Jimmy. Thanks, man.
Yeah. So keep doing well, Ron, and I hope you guys have a great week.
Awesome. Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate it. At
Thanks,
J. Wyatt
Jimmy.
Sports. All right, when we come back, let's talk about these two NFL matchups coming up this weekend. 615-737-1045. You want in at 3HL1045 on Twitter.
Who's there?
Cooling.
What about heating?
Spring Hill.
Heating and cooling.
That's who's at the door. Hey, man, listen here. That's a knock-knock joke, but this is dead serious right here, man. You got to get to it. Reach out to our family, man. Spring Hill Heating and Cooling. Listen, they coming through, and they are coming through legit, Babs. You got anything to add?
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I just got on my little next door neighborhood thing, because somebody was complaining about service fees.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is this normal? There's companies that charge $200. Just come out and look at your AC unit or your heating unit. I'm like, well, Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, then you should call them because if you are in need of repair work, they do offer free service calls with their repairs, plus low monthly payments on those repairs.
They most definitely do. And then they're coming out there directly. Taylor came out, checked my entire, both units out, got it done without making a peep. Man, he got in and out. When you talk about stealth mode, it was everything and that. They're proud to be a New York, but proud to be a York certified comfort expert company and always backed by a 10-year parts and labor warranty on York products. So reach out to them. How would you do that, Babsy?
Available anytime at springhillac.com. What do you do?
Call them.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Brent Norton, Don Davenport, Ron Slay.
Hey, everyone.
Hello.
Everyone's
Happy
everyone.
Tuesday.
Jerry.
Hello.
That's a lot of hellos. Hope you're having a great Tuesday.
Yep.
Just like that,
Tuesday.
it's hump day.
Hump day. Oh, it's not hump day.
Rain coming in almost.
It is almost hump day eve.
Hump Dave.
So you're gone tomorrow
I am going tomorrow, Babs.
because you're calling a basketball game.
This is correct. That is correct. Oh, yep.
What's wrong with you? She's making noises over there.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Would you just
she made me
remember something you had to
she
do?
made me remember.
Yep, there you go.
I love it. At 3HL 1045, you can watch the show live on Facebook, live YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Patrick Mahomes wrote on Insta yesterday, quote, "See you Sunday," end quote.
I mean, is anybody surprised by this?
Hey,
That
man.
dude would have played. Like, he was pissed he had to come out.
I'm surprised by the point spread. Bengals by 1.5.
Well, that
At
has
Kansas City.
I bet you it shifts.
It got up to 2.5 today.
Did it?
Yeah.
Bengals 2.5?
Yeah.
We'll see. I bet.
That might have been tempting, even
as
though I
the
think
week-
Cincinnati going to win.
I know. As the week goes on, though,
That's tempting.
as the week goes on and Mahomes practices,
Give
or
him
whatever.
Points at home.
Some playoff bits of news and notes. 49ers at Eagles coming up at 2 o'clock on Fox.
Oh, they Niners. Oh, he didn't show me how to use synergy. Sorry.
Hey,
I was thinking out loud. I'm sorry.
you're supposed to like keep some of those thoughts in your own head.
I know.
So
No,
that's used to break down basketball tape, right?
yes.
I thought we was
Yes.
transparent.
Yeah. We ain't that transparent.
Eagles coach Nick Sirianni said he watched the Cowboys 49ers game while eating Little Caesars.
Really?
Good choice.
No.
Hey, now.
Hold up. No, they do got some good pizza. There's a
Dude,
couple of.
you
I know,
can get
but,
a
like-
you can get a pizza for $5, a large big pizza for $5, and it is really. I can't believe I'm saying this. It is really good hungover pizza.
Especially after you've seen Old Dominion in Indiana.
and gambled your arse off. See, pirate.
I promise you, the conversation was had in the car because Mr. Babs was like, "You want to get a Little Caesars pizza?" I promise you. Get me an endorsement deal. Let's go.
Dude, they got to
Little
show
Caesars
me.
Yeah.
for the win.
They got to show me. I ain't Little Caesars
When's
been.
the last time you had Little Caesars?
When we lived in L.A., Laurent used to get it off the
Look at
bus
that.
every single day.
Do you see? That was a long time ago. You need to give it a chance. Another chance.
Yeah, give Peace a chance. Give Little Caesars a chance.
I'll bring in a couple
Davenport's
$5
gonna-
large
I'm telling you,
pizzas.
you get the
Hunk's
deep
with me.
dish. You get that deep dish. I think it's solid.
I mean, Hunk will eat like 5-day-old food, but so
Yes.
that doesn't really help my
Like,
cause here.
the Hunk adding on into it,
Yeah.
that ain't going to help.
Hunk, you went over to Jake and Brentwood's house, right? When he said he ran over a deer.
Oh, absolutely. I gave him some tips. That's what family does. We helped each other cook on that one.
See, Babs is going to start doing commercials for Little Caesars talking about, hey, when you get drunk the next day, Little Caesars.
Little Caesars. It's great hungover.
When you're blasted,
Fried.
no need to fast it.
Just get some Little Caesars.
Little Caesars. Nick
Is
Sirianni.
it the BB just said it's the official pizza of the NFL?
Well, then it's smart by Sirianni.
He knows what
Wow.
he knows
Radio
what he's
Row is
saying.
going to be filled with Little Caesars.
That's what. Wow. Wait. Woo. Wow.
What's up with the Little Caesars hate? I don't get it. Why do you not like it?
I don't think it's hate.
Why do you people not like it?
I like it.
I just think it ain't nothing.
Maybe they should prove to you.
That's what I said. Like, you got to
Little
show
Caesars
me.
can-
I'll break my dad for a split second to prove it. But I don't like. Little Caesars ain't really nothing, man. That's just bread and cheese, man. All they coming with. I'm gonna be real. They don't hit you with the sauce like they supposed to. I'm just gonna keep it real, man. Y'all want me to keep it real? I'm gonna keep it real. They just hit you with the bread, the cheese, man. A little light sauce, man. Sauce ain't even really hitting like it's supposed to. I'm a connoisseur.
Last time one of my kids got pizza, he got it with. He goes, "I want a cheese pizza with no sauce." And
Wow.
I'm like, what?
You want some cheese
just
bread?
want
You can
cheese bread.
you can go in the kitchen and make that. We can make that in the oven all day
Well,
long.
you better get you some of those Kraft slices.
You feel me? You can do
Get
it
you
with
a
any kind of
local
thing.
Wonder Bread.
Crackers, you can
Yeah.
do bread, anything.
49ers at Eagles, 2.5. Eagles a 2.5 point favorite, 2 o'clock on Fox. Brock Purdy
Purdy, man.
Iowa State, your boy, Davenport.
That's
I love
basketball.
the story.
Didn't you see him play?
I did. I worked 2 of his games last year.
He lost his job twice at Iowa State.
This guy about a chance to go to the Super Bowl.
This man.
No, but I saw
dealing.
him when he kind of got it all together because he went through. He had injuries. Like there were different reasons.
Do you think that somebody gave him like a magic potion? Did he meet the love of his life? Like what happened to this guy?
No, it's called confidence. It's an amazing thing.
It
I see
is.
it all the time. I see it all the time in college with young players that lose their confidence and they lose their spot and then, end up working hard, get another chance, and it takes just one good game to just switch. I'm telling the mental side of sports
So
is
serious.
so underrated.
Yep.
And now look at him. I mean, he's just like swaggy Brock Purdy.
Dude, when they switched.
He's like irrelevant this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The end of the third
Irrelevant,
quarter,
yes.
when they had to walk the length of the field and they had the camera on him, dog, he looked like, dog, I'm just out here, man. Like
I'm just living the dream.
Y'all meet me on the other end, man. We got to go down here and score real quick.
Yeah.
Man. Like, dude, confidence is oozing out of him.
I think that's a bit, I know it sounds crazy, but
No.
I mean, and sometimes you can't, there's nothing you can do to overcome the talent part of it, right?
No.
But so I know this is weird too, but I look at Dennis Daly from this year. We know how bad he was,
Where
right?
in the world
And
are you
obviously,
going with this?
I know there's a lot more going on with Dennis Daly that's floating around on social media, but
Very true.
But we look at Dennis Daly, I think mentally, towards the beginning of the season when he was just so bad, there was zero confidence there. And then it happened to me my freshman year,
Yeah.
walking into a collegiate volleyball team where I was like, oh, I'm not the best player on the entire team. And am I good enough? And whatever else. And once your head is not right and you don't have that mentality, that Ron Slade mentality,
Yeah, you're going to go. Yeah.
it's trouble.
Yeah.
And so I see that in college.
I don't think you can, what's the word? I don't think you can undersell that, if that even makes sense.
Yeah.
How important that is to have. And you speaking of college, I'm going every single level.
Yeah.
And higher level you go, the separator is confidence. The reason the biggest, if you ask anybody, and you keeping it at basketball, you ask anybody in the NBA, what's the separator? Of course, everybody has talent, so that can't be it. It's the confidence. It's the confidence. People know so many. You know so many people you play with in the back. You say all the time in the back gym over in Hillsborough. Goodness gracious, that could really go. And you're like, dude, why you ain't playing? But they just don't have that confidence, man. It's different.
Didn't even
dog.
play on the high school team.
Yeah,
Would be
that's what
out
I'm
there just
saying. Like,
dominating
you're
after
killing.
school. Yeah.
It's confidence, man. It's different. It is different. You can't undersell it, Babs. I think you're spot on.
Brock Purdy 7-0 as a starting quarterback in the NFL. 68.5%
amazing.
completion
That's
percentage.
wild.
157 yards per game, 11 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions as a starter. Eagles beat the Giants 38-7 last week. Jalen Hurts 16-24, 154 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 34 on the ground. Another score there. Eagles had 5 sacks against Danny Dimes and the Giants. Eagles 2-2 in their last 4, obviously dealing with Jalen Hurts' shoulder. He seems fine now. San Francisco's won 12 games in a row, though. How do you break this one down? This one's going to be tough.
Wow, it's gonna be tough.
Does the ride stops?
Everybody's waiting for the shoe to fall on the Eagles.
Well, I'm waiting because I feel like you can. Well, I don't know. I don't know.
You just pulled a slide.
Yes, you did. Yes, you
I
did.
was gonna go there, then I'm like,
Transparency,
no, Babs, you're wrong.
Okay, so
Look, self-governance right there.
I don't feel like arguing this point. I'm out of here on this one. But this is the thing. You're sitting there and you're waiting on it to fall because, to me, it's something about them. Like, the Eagles are not cocky enough to hate because of the way Jalen Hurts comes out and speaks, and he's the leader to me. You hear what you get from the offensive line of Kelsey and those guys being in unit. Defensively, Darius Slay Jr. and them guys, dude, they all moving as one, and it's I think that's why we're waiting on the shooter fall. Well, me personally, because you can't hate them. even when they got AJ to be quiet, and it's like they're start talking again, so we can be like, man, they need to lose it.
Yeah, he hasn't been saying anything.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they just been striding.
To me, they're like TCU in the college football season. I just kept waiting for them to drop, so I stopped betting on them. Well, It finally did drop when the level of competition escalated quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But see, in this situation, they tried and true, though.
Everybody thinks that, right?
They tried and true in this situation. Like, look at they didn't have just no easy schedule.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The games they squeaked
dominated.
out. You know what I mean? They squeaked out games. They dominated games. Like, they did it without Hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like, they showed they had a running game, got a passing. It's a lot, man. I don't know.
615-737-1045. David in Nashville wants to talk about confidence. David, what's up? Yo, David.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
David.
All right. I was just want to direct a question to Ron Slay. I'm Dante Jones' uncle, and I used to play basketball in Nashville and then old NIL, but they was talking about confidence.
Yeah.
And I had a coach that while I was playing, I had missed a dunk in a game. And after that, he told me that I need to slow the ball down and get everybody else involved. And it kind of destroyed everything I was doing. I started out averaging like 20 points a game. I ended up at the end of the year probably averaging 12. And it was more or less from him jumping out at me, telling me that I needed to, work everybody else into the game. And my team wasn't good, but it all kind of fell into place when y'all were talking about confidence. It kind of destroyed my confidence, and I can see that happening. But when you build that confidence, you got a coach that builds your confidence. It makes a big difference in a young guy coming up playing ball.
You're totally right on that, man. I think when you look at it in those situations, that's just like we talk about players uplifting each other and making them better. It's same thing goes to coaches. The great coaches are the ones that can get on you and they develop the relationship with you so they can speak to you a certain way. And then when that's done, after the game, you're able after the practice, whatever it may be, you're able to walk off those lines and build them back up. If you got to stay extra or anything, it's you got to have your finger on the pulse of the team and understand what makes each player tick. And if it's not you, that's what the assistant coach is for as well. You know what I'm saying? To be able to bridge that gap to build you back up.
Thank you, David. Appreciate the phone call. I mean, with today's kids, you can still be hard on them and instruct, but they've got to know it comes from a place of love.
You better have a relationship.
They have to know that.
You can't walk in that school, coach, go home. If that's what you call coaching, you're going to lose every game. You're going to lose I don't care how much talent you got. If you don't have a relationship with those students, forget about it. Forget about it.
Well, and you should, just in terms of like being a mentor in life.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from the coaching part. Because they're going to spend a lot of time with you.
Mm-hmm. You are exactly right.
All right, more 3HL when we come back. Bengals and Chiefs, we'll dive into that as well. And Bubba and Dixon, let's talk about Brock Purdy. Stay tuned, Bubba. Stay tuned, everybody. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Buddy Allen Carpet One, they are your flooring experts over there in Donaldson. Check them out, BuddyAllenCarpet1.com, locally owned and operated by the Allen family for more than 55 years. Zach, Jenna, and Judson Allen, they are in the store every day. Free in-home measurements and estimates. Check them out, in-house professional installers. They will handle that in-house, not like the big box companies. Buddy Allen does not farm out the installation to other companies. They will not 1-800-YOU. So they're going to stand by their product and installers, and they're the one point of contact from start to finish. 2405 Lebanon Pike in Donaldson, 615-883-3289, BuddyAllenCarpet1.com. 3HL 1045 The Zone. Britt's already not Davenport. Ron Slay.
Babsy, I love you.
I told her that on a text message the other day.
Did you?
She came back, love you, fool. I was trying to be all like nice and like, hey, man, missed you the last couple of days. Mean a lot to us. Glad you're back. Love you.
Going to let you know that if you ever get on ESPN doing a football game and you call anybody else fools, we're going to take it personally because that's our word. You cannot call anybody else that.
Fool and clowns.
Fools and clowns.
Appreciate Dane Bradshaw.
I know. I was like, hey, are you dying? Why are you
today.
being all mushy and
I don't
emotional?
know. You know me.
Yeah, you're mushy and emotional.
This is why I send people random texts like that.
Girl.
Ask Ramon. I sent him one like a month ago. And I always think like
always do this stuff.
If I die tomorrow, I want people to know what I think about them and how much they mean to me.
Oh.
Well, you got to check out tomorrow.
Why you gotta make me feel guilty?
I don't know when it is. I'm not in charge of that.
Crap.
I know that.
Huh?
But why can't it be 56
I feel
years?
blessed to be here now.
That's true. I need an edge up.
You need what?
An edge up.
What is that?
Line.
On your hair?
Mm-hmm.
Are you just seeing it on the camera?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you're all over the show today.
You are, man.
I am.
You're scattered today.
Scattered,
smothered,
brain,
and covered.
Yes.
Chunked. I'm
Just
chunked
like
too. I ain't going to be chunked for
Waffle
long.
House.
Won't be chunked for long, though.
We took a picture with Dane Bradshaw. You're already slimming down.
Oh, just wait.
Although Dawn got in between you and Dane.
She squeezed.
And
squaws.
couldn't even see her.
weird.
Like she was engulfed by y'all.
That's right.
Makes me feel little. I
Big
like
power
it.
forwards.
Oh, I wish y'all could have seen me at that phone part.
That was a great story. If you missed it, by the way, go check out our visit with Dane
I
Bradshaw.
remember.
You were making it happen, weren't you?
Hey, boy. They should have never let me get up there and get that gun. I'm talking about.
You're talking about the phone gun.
Yeah. That phone, boy. I had that phone going everywhere, boy. Ooh. Oh, you want me to get them? Yeah, I got them.
That is so funny. There was like a 5-year window for phone parties.
Yeah.
Like bars would do it and everything.
Going crazy.
I couldn't believe bars did it because then you got to clean it up.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds
Slipping
awful.
and sliding in
And
there.
there's no telling what is left over when that foam is gone.
Some DNA.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah. Yeah.
I forget why, but she walked in the studio today making a vomit noise.
Did you,
Because
baby?
it smelled like onion.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, why is Bert eating an onion on
A
air?
raw onion.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
I don't know. I actually listened
the
to
zone.
Buck's show today,
Mm-hmm.
and Robert
Look
is.
at you supporting the franchise.
I listen to everybody. Actually, I was just out and about in my car, so
Just put it on.
figure I'll listen to Buck. No, I do. I have to listen to Buck because if there's ever anything that he says that's dumb, I have to make sure to hold him accountable, you know? So
You got the dumbometer?
yeah.
Going.
Exactly.
Anyway, so I'm literally listening to this onion crunch as Bert eats it and like throwing up in my own mouth thinking about it. It was awful. It
And
was
it was in your
terrible
seat.
radio.
That's one of the best things that Babs does is that vomit noise.
Yeah, she got that one down.
Yeah.
And then Babs threw up. Bengals at Chiefs. Bengals favored by 2.5 today. It's down to 1.5 now, but Bengals favored on the road.
I wonder what Todd Father's going to say about that.
Yep, tomorrow. You won't be
Tomorrow?
here, so
So
I'll
won't.
let you know.
maybe I'll lie to you.
Oh, you think I ain't going to be listening? I always
Slay,
listen.
you can listen by going to whatever podcast you can get and wherever you get them and go and subscribe to 3HL.
No, I can listen on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
That is true. Joe Burrow in the playoffs, 71.5% completion percentage.
Wow.
Joey football, 259 yards per game, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Is
In
that the
postseason
highest?
play.
Like,
I don't know, man, but that's high.
dude,
71.5%. When you're playing the most elite level,
that's crazy.
playoff football.
Elements and everything. On
Yeah.
the road. He never plays at home.
Yeah.
Wow.
Patrick Mahomes, 12 games in the postseason, has 30 playoff touchdown passes.
Jeez.
30.
Well, these some
I
dudes
can't.
right here, man.
I can't wait for these two games, man. So Patrick Mahomes, 67%, 298 per game, 30 touchdowns in the postseason, 7 interceptions. He is 9-3. Bengals back-to-back AFC Championship games. Chiefs 5 straight title games. 7 straight AFC West titles. Looking for their third Super Bowl appearance in 4 years.
Let's see, what's the over/under?
You want me to add a wrinkle into this for you guys?
Wrinkle away.
The Bengals just claimed a cornerback off of the Chiefs practice squad.
Of course they did.
He will not be eligible to join the official roster until the day after the Super Bowl.
Gamesmanship.
They
you
just
need him
needed
for film.
they just needed somebody off that, to add into their special teams.
I
and then their
need
practice squad.
somebody.
No, you just need film. You got to, just break down film. What you see right here. What were you defending?
I'd feel bad, like if they signed me to go in there and talk about game plans and stuff. Like,
You'd feel bad?
I'd feel bad.
They paying you for
Hey,
it.
man, this is a business. It ain't, what is it? It ain't love, it's business. It ain't personal, it's business.
He's now got at least a 50% chance of winning a ring.
What's the over/under?
Hey, how about Brett Kern still playing?
Kern getting it done.
Where is he? Oh, Philly.
Philly.
That's right.
Philly.
Because for a while, everybody thought he'd end up with the Bills.
I know. And then right during the middle of the show, he sent us a picture at A.J. Brown's locker. And I'm like, what? Okay. Congratulations.
He's with Philly.
Breaking news. Yeah. So Billboard ranked the best Super Bowl halftime shows of all time. You want me to hit this real quick before we go to break?
Sure.
Best Super Bowl halftime shows of all time. I'll go from 10 to 1.
Okay, come on.
Number 10 is wrong. Michael Jackson.
Oh, no, that's
Absolutely
like number
wrong.
1, too.
Absolutely wrong.
No, number
Why
one.
is it that far down?
No, number 1's going to be right. Let me just go ahead and tell you.
Prince.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Number 9, Paul McCartney.
Quit trying to jump the list.
I
Yeah.
don't
Get off
remember
my
Paul's.
list.
Sorry.
All right.
Listen to my list.
Get
Paul
off my
Mc-
lawn.
Paul McCartney, number 9. We were talking
Okay.
about him yesterday. Let it be.
Don't remember.
We're not talking about Elsa. We're talking about.
Do you have the date, the years of these shows?
I do
too?
not know.
Give me Elsa Super Bowl.
Paul McCartney was sometime after 1960.
Thanks.
That'll work.
Number 8, Lady Gaga.
Journalism with a capital J.
I don't even remember Lady Gaga.
I
Was she
kinda
wearing like a
was-
meat suit or
She
something?
was the one in Atlanta for the Rams and Patriots.
Oh, okay. Number 7, Rolling Stones. Okay. Number 6, Beyonce. I was actually at that one. I've been to one Super Bowl, Super Bowl 50.
That should be loud.
Paul McCartney was 2005.
Thank you.
Beyonce got all controversial. We didn't know it in the building.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
She went in. Loved it.
Yeah. Number 5, Bruce Springsteen. I cannot stand Bruce Springsteen. Don't hate me. Everybody's got things they like and dislike. I went to Bruce Springsteen's show one time. I fell asleep.
No.
Yeah, I did. I fell asleep.
I like Brucey Bruce.
Well, you can have him.
Next.
He's on the market.
Each Street Band's pretty good. Number 4, Madonna.
Yeah. Always good.
Number 3. This one was good. We were at the press conference. Dre, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Snoop, and
Very
Kendrick
good.
Lamar. That was awesome.
Yeah.
good.
Especially for us old people. We
Yes.
loved that show.
Yeah. Number 2, U2. I don't remember.
U2 was after 9/11.
Oh, yes. Oh, and they scrolled the names.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was,
You're right.
yep.
I remember.
Yeah.
I saw U2 at Vanderbilt Stadium. They were awesome.
Emotional.
Bono is a freaking rock star. Like, I'm not a huge U2 guy, but like when you go and we were standing pretty close to the stage. That dude is just a rock star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
Number 1, Prince.
I knew it.
There you go.
So
That was-
Prince.
that
Purple
was-
Rain.
That was amazing.
So
the ring.
Prince, the backstory there, if y'all don't know, and there's a great documentary about it, but the backstory to Prince singing Purple Rain during halftime of the Super Bowl, there was no rain in the forecast.
Zero.
At all. He started to play Purple Rain, and I get chills.
Yeah, that was
And it started raining.
that was amazing.
There was no rain in the forecast?
No.
That was amazing.
So they didn't prepare for it or anything.
That was amazing.
Go back and watch it. He didn't, it didn't phase him.
No.
You can't let your surroundings phase you.
This
He
is
did.
it.
Yeah, Prince, number 1.
Mike should have been hired too.
That is Saints Colts Super Bowl.
Saints Colts. Onside kick, start second half.
Ah,
Peyton Manning with the pick 6.
Oh, no, I stand correct. Is Bears Colts.
Oh, Bears Colts.
Bears
That's
Colts, I
Sexy
stand
Rexy.
correct.
Rex Cross.
Yes.
Sexy Rexy had no chance to win a Super Bowl. That guy. I mean, he was a Florida guy, but I liked him.
You even got a 7-point start because of Devin Hester.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, he even gave you a 7-point lead before you could even touch the field.
All right, more 3HL Happy Hour coming up next. Stay tuned. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
Well, if you've been looking for a simple hair loss solution that works, then listen up. Advanced Hair Restoration has officially opened one of their world-renowned state-of-the-art facilities near Nashville. That's right. No more traveling to the West Coast for the best in hair restoration. The team and technology behind the Advanced Babsy FUE, the groundbreaking hair loss solution that's changed tens of thousands of lives, finally here. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day, and your new hair is even guaranteed to grow. It's literally guaranteed. Advanced Hair can address bald spots, receding hairlines, thinning, men, women, younger, and, of course, wiser. Celebrate Advanced Hair's local grand opening with $500. $500. Find out if you qualify with your free consultation. The number is 629-348-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Make sure to ask about that industry-leading guarantee. That's 629-348-HAIR. See what they can do for you with the amazing before and afters at advancedhair.com.
Good evening from the Superbook.com sports desk. I'm Joe Hunt. Going to be a busy one downtown here in Nashville tonight. As first up, the Preds and Jets are going to get going over at Bridgestone Arena at 7 o'clock. You can watch that game on Bally Sports. And then Vanderbilt hosting Kentucky. Tip-off for that game is going to be at 8 o'clock on the SEC Network. Josh Heupel earlier today got paid. His new contract that Tennessee gave him is going to be through 2028 now, and he will get paid $9 million annually. And Baseball America just released its 2023 preseason top 25 rankings, and the SEC has 7 of the top 11 teams in their poll. Tennessee coming in at number 2, and Vandy coming in at number 6. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. What up, Nashville? Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Still a little light outside at 5:04.
I like it.
What are you doing over there?
I am
Get rid of winter.
thinking about parlays.
Well, it's about to rain, dude.
Yeah.
Rain coming down.
Go away.
Better make those parslays before you hit the state line.
It'll be like this
Oh,
is
yeah.
This is really weird. We were just talking about Prince singing Purple Rain at the Super Bowl. No rain in the forecast all week, even up to game time. Starts raining the minute he starts singing Purple Rain.
Magical.
There's a big picture of Prince over there in the building across the street from us on
Really?
Division. Yeah.
So it was
and
right
it's
on the
about to
wall.
rain.
Nice mural right
Gorgeous.
there, too.
That's weird.
You can see it outside your window.
Weird things happen. Dawn is
Just over her shoulder.
none of the blinds are open. By the way, somebody on Twitter, you can tweet us at 3HL1045. Did Dawn hear the part where Buck told Robert not to worry about the onion juice because it was at Dawn's chair?
Oh, I did not hear that.
You, Aaron Rodgers.
That's right. Are you kidding me?
Slay Dog, you know what's about to happen? Buck is
What?
about to get a text
Yes, indeed.
with
All
some
right. Some choice words.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off then.
Cross them off.
What?
Did he sit at
Yes,
my
I
chair?
told you that. You didn't hear me.
No, he did. Matter of fact, I was actually
I told you
wondering
that.
why Lucas was in here in the control room and Robert was sitting at your chair. That was the reason.
Did you see her mind spinning right now with all of the ways that she could murder someone?
Yes.
You guys carry on. I've got some texting to do.
That's Buck.
Rod Slay is in the building.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building.
Correct.
Hey, I'm in the building. I'm in the building. I'm in the building.
I'm in the building.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building.
Some stories out there. Josh Heupel got extended through 2028 at $9 million per.
Bankroll. Cha-ching.
Listen, man, $9 million is going to get you,
Yeah.
you know, some really cool things in Knoxville.
It sure is. In anywhere, anyville. Shoot, we can go anyville. And yeah, we're going to get you some nice things anywhere. That's a lot
How
of
do
money.
you spell, like, if you
Here we go.
if you want to say, oh, hell no.
Oh, just a bunch of L's.
Or do you
in-
not do it like H-A?
I think you would do like a few H's and then a few E's and then a
Okay.
bunch of L's.
No, not hot. It's hell.
Hell no. I think they'll get my point.
That's why you smell the onion so bad over
Yeah,
there.
because
That's
this is
why.
where it was.
That's
Yep.
why.
I don't smell it.
It's going for me.
I will tell you a trick, though.
What?
Do like when you
I know
cut
what
up
you're gonna
onions,
say.
you know what I'm going to say? When you cut up onions,
Wear a glove and you won't cry.
No.
Did I just ruin it for you?
Nope.
no, negative. I've never heard that before in my life.
Negative
No, it's
Ghost
true,
Rider.
Because it's the juices that get into your fingers.
That's
your
an
skin.
old wives' tale.
Yeah, that ain't true, Babs.
Not that you're an old wife.
You're about to receive a text.
I thought you said, oh, wow. Yeah, it sure is. I thought it was, oh, why.
How do you spell decapitate?
Yeah. Put that in the spelling bee.
No, you run them under cold water.
Oh, so that wasn't what I was going to say. You know what I heard?
It's true, though. I worked at Papa John's. They taught us that. I cut up tons of onions. Never cried.
Dang, maybe I'm thinking of something else.
What are you thinking of?
I thought you were supposed to, like, put a toothpick in your mouth. Hey.
I got to get off my phone. I got to focus.
Are they coming back at you?
Not yet.
Still typing.
That was a lengthy text.
So was. Golly.
It's a lot of L's.
Heavy
A
L's.
lot of other curse words that she knew how to spell. So $9 million, that ties. See, we always get back on track. Listen, we were a serious sports talk show the first hour.
Correct.
Dane Bradshaw, go back and listen to the podcast where you get your podcast, rate, review, subscribe, all of those things. He's tied with Lane Kiffin as the 5th highest paid coach in the SEC now, Josh Heupel.
What do y'all think about that?
I think you must have got a text because you got this look on your face now.
You know, that look.
I love that she can throw Fletch jokes now all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I've
just grown so much in my.
Good job, Babson.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
She
how
used to be a
describe it.
journalist, and then she met me.
Yes, that's what I meant in my ruining my rep.
Yeah, that one. Your reputation went out a long time ago.
Adulthood.
Now, to be fair, Neil Orn helped with that.
He did. He prepared me for you fools.
Congrats, Neil.
Yeah.
Nick Saban, $11.7 million per. He has an escalator in his contract. He will always be the highest paid coach.
That is the best contract going known to man outside of the baseball guy.
I mean, honestly, that's such a arrogant, petty thing to include in your contract.
Well, I'm gonna keep winning. I mean, I want to be compensated, Babson.
Do you not agree though?
I don't. I'm more of a go.
I'll take that as a no.
I'm more of a go get
it.
yours guy.
I like it.
You know what I mean? Like if somebody's willing to pay you that much and put that in your contract,
that's my thing.
So be it.
So what's his escalator? He has to be what?
The highest paid coach.
I know, but is it by $1? Is it by 500,000?
Well, it currently
is it by $1 million.
By this amount. Kirby Smart makes 11.25.
What does Nick make?
11.7.
What is it? 500.
He makes a few more dollars than
a little half. I got to be $500,000.
Kirby, man.
I mean, that ain't a stretch. What's $500,000?
Right.
I mean,
that's nothing.
Seriously,
it's nothing compared to 11.
These guys are grossly underpaid anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
who can eat off that?
Right.
Brian, a lot of Little Caesars.
A year.
Brian Kelly and Jimbo Fisher.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, here we
Brian Kelly, Jimbo Fisher, $9.5 million.
Oh, Jimbo. Oh, Jimbo.
He's not asking for more money at this point. $9 million again for Heupel and Kiffin, and there you go. 11-2, most wins in a season for Tennessee since 2001. By the way, while we're talking about SEC sports, real quick, Baseball America, Hunt found this, put out their top, however many. We went to 11, and I'll tell you why in a second. But top 11 baseball programs in the country going into the season, preseason top 11. All right, you ready? Baseball America. Number 1, LSU. Number 2, Tennessee. Number 3, Florida. Number 4, Stanford. Number 5, Louisville. Number 6, Vanderbilt. Number 7, Texas A&M.
Holy SEC.
Just means more, Slay.
Balling.
Especially in football and baseball.
I mean, that's how many in the top 10?
Well, so far I've got to 7, and they're 5 of the 7.
Wow.
Number 8, Miami. Number 9, Wake Forest.
Okay.
Number 10, Ole Miss.
There you go.
Which, by the way, they wore
6
their
of 10.
They wore their blue unis
Yeah.
yesterday. Gosh, they look good.
Wow, baseball.
10 Ole Miss, 11 Arkansas.
Okay.
Golly.
So 7 of the top 11 baseball teams in the preseason poll by Baseball America are SEC teams.
Wow.
What's sad is Auburn is the 8th and they're 22nd. You're like, oh, that sucks.
Right? You play in the toughest conference.
You're in the top 25, but you're 8th in the conference. Sorry.
Yep.
Did anybody know Tennessee just got a commit from Manny Ramirez's son, who swings just like him?
Really?
But from the left side.
I haven't seen it.
But from the left side, yeah.
Yeah.
Check him out.
And then we've got this before the break.
What?
Man, Bubba, I keep forgetting about Bubba. BetOnline.ag, the odds on favorite to become the next head coach of the Indianapolis Colts is
Jeff Saturday.
Jeff Saturday.
Yes! 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 Please.
You can put it on the board.
Come on, Ursay.
Yes.
Don't let me down, Ursay. Yeah. Titans, we all right, y'all. We're going to be all right.
Well, Jacksonville's going to have to be dealt with.
Yeah. Don't panic, though. At least that's one team out of the race.
He has one more win in 8 career NFL games than we do.
This is beautiful.
Jeff Saturday.
It just keeps getting good. AFC South, baby.
Dang, Slay.
I mean,
It just means less.
Slay's just savage.
I mean, like it is.
You're so happy.
You can't get no better, man. Like that.
Smiling ear to ear.
It's only right that Will Levis goes there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only right. Like this. It's
You know
only
that
right.
I would be all about Jeff Saturday as a college coach.
Oh yeah.
All about it because of a motivation factor. But God, the NFL is just different from that.
Came in the middle of the year, the back end of the year.
Remember the timeout debacle where
Like, and this ain't got
Matt
nothing to do with
Ryan
him.
ran.
It's just
Yeah.
Ursay.
Let me get Bubba and Dixon. Bubba, I'm sorry. It's on me, man. I owe you one. I owe you lunch or something. What's up, buddy?
Oh, okay. I'll take that.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry.
I mean, you've gone
grace.
through so many things. I mean, the best part was knowing Dawn is sitting at an onion-filled mic.
Ugh.
I mean,
Like, did
all I'm
he use
saying-
my cover?
No, he used everything. He was like, "I'm just gonna sit here at Dawn's mic and I'm gonna eat this onion."
Wow.
That's amazing.
That was a really good rendition of
Whatever
Bob.
rendition.
She's not gonna care. I'm just gonna eat it and I'm just gonna go to the shows. Come on. Like that. Like,
Holy
no,
crap.
Dawn, you got onion juice from everywhere.
Ugh.
Number 2, Ron, please don't diss the Little Caesars, man. But listen, you played across seas. You've had the best pizza in the world.
Without question.
Yeah, you were in Italy.
It don't matter. You and old lady, one night you have a little bit too much. Go pay $5. Hey, you got dinner and then you got breakfast. You're good. I
Ain't
do
nothing
have a
pizza,
question
ain't
for
nothing.
you about Brock Purdy,
Brock Purdy. All right.
and cover it whenever. But, with it being the last election, Mr. Irrelevant, and then, man, you got all this stuff on you. Now you're coming in, you're winning. The last time we faced Jalen Hurts was Oklahoma, Iowa State, where he lost by 1 point to this guy.
Yep.
I mean, I think this dude's keeping receipts. I'm just saying, I don't know.
He had 6 touchdown passes in that game, I think, and Jalen Hurts had 5, like, total.
Yeah. I just thought, I was like, dude, this dude keeps receipts. I'm kind of questioning my results from last week. I just didn't know what you guys had to say about that. Thought about it. Hey, you do you. I'm just going to sit here and listen. Thanks, Brent, for, you owe me one. But, hey, we're good.
I kind of got lost in various things, like, Dawn's
We were all over the show there.
brawl with Buck suddenly, and
Yeah.
I don't know. That's on me, man.
No. It's all onion for Dawn.
Yep.
And man, it should smell amazing for her because that today when Robert was eating that, Dawn, it was there. It was amazing. Like it was all in your face. I'm just letting you know, Robert's mouth up against. You should smell cigarettes and onions.
Oh
right
my
now.
God.
I'm just letting you know.
See you, man.
I feel bad for his girlfriend.
They went home like that, too.
See, onion's the kind of thing that we can talk about. It's like smell-o-rama. Everybody listening in their car right now just smells onions in their car.
I love them. They're amazing, though.
I think they're good for your blood or something, right?
Good for your heart
Or your liver.
or something.
No, beans are good for your heart.
No, they make...
They're also good for something else that rhymes with heart.
Hey, Ramon Foster brought up something that, I don't know, some national people are too. Like, so apparently Green Bay's okay with trading Aaron Rodgers to the AFC. So here we go with Titans rumors. We'll be right back. 3 So y'all want Aaron Rodgers or Tannehill? We'll be right back.
Out wings. I could have held it longer, but I ain't had them in a minute, so I had to go a little long, extended steak out wings. 3961 Nolensville Pike. Plaza Mariachi 123 Ewing Drive is another location, and the new improved just pull up White House 2500 Highway 31 West, White House, Tennessee. Go get you some good old wings, man. Shout out to everybody been hitting me up on social media, showing me that they've been going and getting the raw slate, baby. Sweet and sassy lemon pepper, Cajun ranch fries with cheese, melted on top. Phenomenal. The home of Sweet and Sassy will never let you down, man. Get on in there. Guess what today is? Tuesday, 69-cent wings, baby. 69-cent wings. Go take advantage. They giving the wings away, but one thing for sure, they ain't slacking. They slacking on the price, but not slacking on that flavor. Lunch combo specials, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day. $8.99 lunch special. Except on Tuesday, 69-cent wings. Still like out the wings.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Line them up. When are you going to Auburn?
I'm going tonight.
War Eagle.
Well,
I'm going to find that eagle.
Man. What's going to happen if you find the eagle?
Is he outside?
He's got to have like some kind of like Mike the Tiger has a habitat.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's not. You can't just go like visit like Mike the Tiger.
I knew there wasn't no real eagle. I knew it wasn't a real eagle.
You can't go visit.
Yeah, I knew it was.
Slade's
I knew
remote
it was
control.
You can go visit, but
real.
you have to be
with somebody.
special.
Knock, knock. It's
I
Slay
thought it
here to
was.
see the eagle.
Yeah, like what's
I mean,
up?
I can get you in if you want to meet.
I want to meet the eagle.
What's the eagle's name? Does the eagle have a name?
It
No,
used to be
man.
Aurora, but I can't remember. One of them
There are
retired.
multiple eagles. There are 2 or 3 eagles.
But the main eagle now, is it Aurora
2 or 3
still?
eagles.
You look it up. Yeah.
See, that's why they should be able to have an eagle that can fly indoors. If you're gonna have 2 or 3 of you, why you got 2
I
or 3?
think
of
it
them
can fly
Oh,
indoors.
it can fly indoors, but I'm
Why
not
won't
sure
they?
if that's like a. I think it might be a safety thing.
War Eagle 7 was Nova, and War Eagle 8 is Aurora.
Yeah.
So why do they sell parrots?
Why are they doing like celestial things?
Parrots, parakeets.
Well, there's Mike the Tiger,
Nova
like 7.
retired,
Yeah, Nova retired.
so it's Aurora.
Yeah, but they name all of the
I met her.
tigers
She's
Mike.
great.
We're talking about 2 different things here. This is amazing.
I'm talking about parrots. Why are parrots indoors?
Did you know that parrots live to like 110?
They do.
Yeah,
You have to will them because they're
Yeah.
going to outlive you.
that's crazy.
Think
Yeah.
about that.
Well, they really don't do nothing, so I
Oh
feel
no,
them.
yes they do.
They telling you.
Oh yeah, we had a pair. I lived in a house with 6 girls off
Yeah.
of Gay Street in Auburn. You'll pass it while you're on campus somewhere in my house. There's a swing in the front yard that we hung there, and it's still there.
Yeah.
So it's.
If
I
I
won't
see
tell you
that,
how
I'm going to
old
take a
it is.
picture.
Take a picture of the bottom of it. My name is still signed on
Is
it?
it?
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah.
You got to tell me
with
the
the
address.
date.
On Gay Street.
Yeah.
House with the swing.
Yep.
House with the swing.
So one of my volleyball teammates that lived in the house grew up with a parrot named Beaker.
What a dumbass name for a parrot.
Beaker.
Let me tell you about Beaker. So
This guy.
This guy
So
Beaker.
we had a girl from Germany that was on our volleyball team
Yeah.
and so her English was very like limited, but it was funny limited, right?
Mine
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, so Beaker lived in our laundry room. Well, Beaker was kind of an a-hole.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, if you take she would always take Beaker out. Beaker's fine with her, but if anybody else tries to take Beaker out, Beaker would like peck your head
Yeah.
or like peck your hand
Yeah.
or bite you, or it would like lean in and be super nice and then like turn on you like that and just like attack you.
Yeah.
So the German girl, Melanie, that played on our volleyball team, like came up, like was so fascinated with the fact that we had a live bird in a cage in our house.
Yeah.
Because she's like, this is weird. What is
Yeah.
going on? You know.
Why is this? Yeah.
I mean, Slay had a snake. You had a parrot.
So, yes.
Makes sense.
So, we're like, yeah, you can hold Beaker if you want.
Yeah.
But, just be careful. Don't move quick or whatever. So she
turn on
holds
you.
Beaker. Beaker pecks the mess out of her face.
Really?
Her face or whatever. And she like slings the bird across the living room. She's like, Shiano bird. So from then on, it was no longer Beaker.
Beaker.
Yeah. It was Shiano A bird. That was Beaker's new name.
Man, why'd y'all have Beaker in
Beaker
the laundry
is
room,
still
though?
alive.
Of course, Beaker's still alive.
Beaker's still alive.
I
He's out
wonder
here
if he
doing
was-
bigger
Because
things.
there was it was a full window
Oh,
one.
okay.
It's one of those really, really old southern houses.
You know I'm gonna find this. I'm gonna go find a swing.
I
You're
just
gonna
want to
find
see
it.
Slay just walking through and going from house to house, pulling up swings just so he could find the names.
Swings in all the houses?
No, just mine.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
It's
that
my
makes
old
a lot
house.
of
All right.
Yeah.
So there are lots of different kinds of parrots, but the average lifespan of a parrot, all right, you ready? On average, it's probably safe to say that parrots will live around 50 years, though there have been cases of specimens reaching 70, 80, or even 100 years of age.
That's an old parrot.
There you go.
Brandon in our chat said, I have a parrot that's 45. It's been with 4 generations of my family because it's so annoying and won't die.
Hasn't flown a day in his life.
Did your parrot tell on you, like, if you drank the last Diet Coke?
No, it wasn't that far.
did it.
Yeah. But it did drop. You
Shut
know
up.
how.
Shut up, Beaker.
Yeah, Beaker.
Dawn did it.
She on a bird.
Dawn went out with your boyfriend.
Don't drink the wine.
Well, they would have already known that.
Yeah, so no, but it did use the Shiano word often. It reminded me of,
That's really funny.
Well,
hey, man.
that was its favorite word.
Listen, Parrots is out here trying to do parrot things.
So Parrots are actually cooler than the Eagles at times because they can stay indoors.
Beaker was not cool.
It was cool, Babsy.
Look how serious she is.
I know.
Like, hey, don't even joke about
Don't
it.
play with
I'm
Beaker.
kind of haunted by
Probably
Beaker
find
still.
Beaker and get him on the air.
By the
Anyway,
way,
so back to sports now. You're calling the Auburn game tomorrow.
That is correct. War damn Eagle.
Which
I'm
should
going
be
down
good.
there in it.
And
Yep.
and back now to the most important part of your trip to Auburn. Where are you eating?
I'm waiting on you to give me some suggestions.
All right, I'll text you, but you have to hit Mama Goldberg's for a
what I'm
sandwich.
Who did I
I've heard
say?
I've heard you say that.
Yeah.
Mama
First one I
G's.
said was Mama G's.
Okay, and then they also have the nachos.
Dorito
not your
nachos.
parrot.
Oh shoot, you
parrot.
can't.
Slay, if you were going to cheat
I don't
for
like
a Little
this
Caesar's
diet.
pizza, you can cheat for this.
No, Little Caesars may have been free.
Wait. Dawn's anti-diet now? You were so supportive yesterday.
It's not. I'm not on a diet. I'm on a.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not a
on a
diet.
weight
I'm
loss
anti-lifestyle change.
Lifestyle change. That's right.
For,
I think I'm the
just
one
for
that said
this
that,
trip.
actually.
You are. So I correct you.
But you're
All right.
anti.
You can still get a sandwich at Mama Goldberg's, I guess.
They can wrap it in lettuce. It's just like, I guess you
Might as well
can,
not even go there.
I guess you can. I guess you.
Whatever.
Yeah, every place that we're going to suggest is going to break his diet.
I
or his
know.
lifestyle
Like there's nothing.
plans.
I mean,
Georgia, Tennessee coming at you tomorrow
Just go
night.
where you
Number
wanna go.
4.
hold on. When are you coming back? The next day after the
night.
game?
At night.
Oh, you're driving that night?
That's a long day, dude.
That's a lot. I wouldn't do that.
I do
Especially with
long
your
days.
knee in its
Actually,
condition.
I think you should stay and then hit Mama G's
They got
as
breakfast.
you drive out of town. No, but I think they open at like 10. Grab
I won't be
Friday,
back for the show then.
Yeah, you will. You can drive straight in with Mama G's for me.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Gotcha.
It'll be a little soggy, but it's no big deal.
Sorry, go ahead.
Tennessee's playing Georgia tomorrow.
Yes. 16 and a half. Right?
Yes. Number 4, Tennessee hosting Georgia Wednesday, 6 o'clock. Catch it right here on 104.5 The Zone. Then the Lady Vols versus number 5, UConn
Going
Thursday.
down.
College game day on Thursday night
Nice.
at 6 o'clock is the tip-off there. Tennessee and Texas Saturday.
Going down.
In
Horns
Knoxville.
down.
College game day at that game, too.
Wow.
10 a.m.
Wow. Wow.
Are you going to be in Charlotte?
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you going to do horns down on television?
You
will
got-
be
knowingly no.
You got to be careful, though, because
You will
Texas
quickly-
is going to join the SEC.
Oh, and every Texas fan will have a copy of that picture at some point. You probably should do it.
You might want to call the commission.
Nah, commissioner's gonna say no.
He's going to tell you. to watch
No,
it.
that's ask for forgiveness.
And I'm gonna tell the commission, listen there, I'll make the rules.
Listen here, there's only one UT.
That's right, Babs. You're absolutely right.
She's got your argument now.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll fly.
We going to see Acho at the Super Bowl in Phoenix?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. You can give him a horns down, yeah.
Quickly.
Hey, so I don't remember what we were talking about last segment.
Hey, so
that's what happens when I change the subject.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to tell you who is singing at the Super Bowl.
Okay, go
Do you see how I went from Acho at the Super Bowl to what I'm about to tell you?
Say this.
See, there are sequitors in here.
Okay, go ahead.
Because this gonna be one of the top 10s. I'm telling you now.
Babyface will sing America the Beautiful.
That wasn't what I was thinking.
Okay, good. Because I would have been seriously worried about your judgment.
Slay is
in
thinking of the
top
national
10
anthem.
That wasn't-
Kenny Edmonds, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, Babyface cold-blooded now. Ain't,
Cold-blooded.
ain't,
No,
ain't no
but
question.
not
But
like
that's,
top 10
that's
all
not what I was
time.
thinking, yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, Usher's from Chattanooga. Babyface will sing America the Beautiful. Chris Stapleton will sing the national anthem.
My guy.
And let me just go ahead and tell you,
My guy.
we are on a mission to get Chris Stapleton on this show.
Hey, man.
It started with Slay listening to Stapleton because he didn't have ear pods or headphones or anything. And he's on the plane listening to Stapleton with his phone at his ear.
Yep. I got headphones now.
And so
yeah.
I saw that he was listening to Stapleton, so I took a picture of it and sent it to one of his reps. That will
Hey,
go
man.
nameless.
That's going to be dope.
But we're trying.
He going out there guitar and all?
I don't know what he's doing. I'm sure.
He going to kill it. He's talking about a voice. Yeah.
Soul.
Soulful.
yeah.
Let me get to the other part.
What about halftime?
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on.
I haven't heard this yet.
Oh.
I don't have halftime.
Oh.
Wait, you don't know who halftime is?
Riri.
It's for Rihanna.
Oh, I thought it was Prince.
Rihanna.
Oh.
No, Rihanna
saying
makes her
this
return.
is going to be the top.
Rihanna's making her return.
Look
you
at
talking
that.
about, hey, man, person that got some hits, performer, entertainer. Hey, man, get ready, get your popcorn ready on this one.
It's going to be legit.
Under my umbrella.
Hey, man, get your popcorn
Ella,
ready for this one, man.
Hey.
As many collabs as she got to, yeah.
I'm
all for this.
She had a lot of L's in her umbrella like you had
She
in
sure
hell in your message to Buck. By the way, how did that turn out? For those that are just tuning in, Robert ended up sitting at Dawn's seat eating an onion today. I don't know how any of that happened.
Eating a raw onion.
Raw onion, yeah.
Mhm, raw. Number
I
one.
got I texted Buck, Lucas, and Robert. Robert has not
Carpet
responded.
bombing these guys.
Bob.
Interesting.
Lucas
I thought he
texted
did
me-
respond.
Oh, he did. Buck has not responded.
Yeah, well.
Buck has not responded.
He's on Do Not Disturb.
Robert, what was it? What is this GIF? I plead the fifth.
Yeah, for Chappelle Show.
Yes.
FIF.
FIF. That's what I got from Bob. From Lucas, I got, we have to talk about this GIF of, do you remember
I forgot his name.
Do you remember?
The little chunky kid looking like, what?
Yes, holding the Popeyes
Yeah,
cup,
like, what? What
like
are you
looking
talking about?
around.
Yeah, now,
that
he's,
GIF.
now he's playing like college football.
Yes,
going football.
this is what we need to talk about.
Yep.
He is now, he just signed. He is now going to play college football. Like, that kid has got to get an NIL deal with Popeyes,
Without
right?
question.
Oh, without
I think
question.
he
That
did.
has to
I think it did.
Did it happen?
I think so.
Okay.
If I'm mistaken.
Behind the scenes, right as Dawn got excited and wanted to say whatever she was saying, Hunk in our ear goes, break.
Yes. By the way, cousin Danny is complaining because he's been on hold for too long.
Well, he knows what
See-
that means. You don't get to come on in, cousin Danny.
You
okay.
can't complain.
Part of the problem, in all seriousness, is the phone is behind me. So I don't look at it. I'm looking at y'all.
Well, and sometimes part of the problem is there's a bunch of callers too. Like sometimes we just don't. It's hard to get to.
He has been on
That
hold for a
is
long time. I think I owe him
Colin
lunch, too.
Dearnest. I don't know how you say his name. Dieunerst.
Yes.
Best known for going viral as the Popeyes meme kid when he was younger, is all grown up and collected NIL money as a college athlete.
There you go.
19 years old, offensive lineman, Division II, Lake Erie College.
It all
Go,
grows up.
Colin.
He all grows up.
That's what's up.
By the way, Gary on Twitter, can I get a radio shout out on my 60th birthday? Happy birthday, Gary. He says, I've been listening to The Zone since 2009 when I lost my corporate gig. That said, the current 4 shows are the best in Zone history. Thank you for all of the fun and good times. Please keep it up. Prayer emoji
Chill.
and heart.
Awesome.
Most
Happy
definitely.
60th, my man.
By the way, also, prayer warriors out there, prayers up for Chris Ferris. Found out he has cancer. He's having surgery tomorrow, so if you could include him in your prayers,
Most
please
definitely.
do.
Throw it up.
Chris Ferris. All right? There. Cousin Danny, when we come back, he'll be...
Maybe. Maybe.
He has to
Maybe.
promise to not be mad at me.
No,
It's all mayor.
he lucky I ain't over there.
You wouldn't give to him?
No. No, they're complaining in the chat like that, man. Come on, man.
I didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
Well, he said he forgot why he called anyway.
Well, then we don't need to take him, do we?
Oh, yeah. Not if you forgot.
All right, with 3HL, I have no idea what the hell is going to happen next. We'll be right back. Danny said Beaker's going to die before they pick up my phone call. Beaker, what a dumb name for a parrot. Anyway, come to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle. Any parent will tell you that, including Beaker. And you can get new or pre-owned, whatever you want and whatever you're looking for. Maybe you need more room. Maybe you need something with less of a payment. Maybe you've got repair bills that are outrageous. My guys at Gupton can help you out. Daniel Gupton and his crew have been doing Middle Tennessee right for a long, long time. I've bought multiple vehicles from those guys and love going up to see them. Just was up there a couple weeks ago for a service visit, and always enjoy seeing Daniel and all the great people at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and you will as well. Go take your test drive, go inside. They'll help make the numbers work, and it'll be that easy. Check them out online. GuptonMotors.com is the website. All the dealership information is there. All of the inventory is there as well. The lights are cycling through some kind of weird party mode in the studio right now. And you're going to have a party when you go see Gupton, King Gupton, the guys. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, 3450 Tom Austin Highway, 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Go see them. Tell them Brent sent you.
All right. Also, if you need a better mortgage rate, you think rates are still high. They're not anymore. They've plummeted. And Loan Pronto is who you need to call to help out with that. See how low the rates are. Maybe it's time to do that refinance thing you've been putting off, or it's time to get back to house hunting. Maybe that's what you were doing. So here's the deal with Loan Pronto. Started by Roger Moore, the owner, the founder of Loan Pronto, who wanted an easier process, didn't want people to have to be buried in paperwork, and wanted a way to be able to get consumer the lowest rates possible. And they do that at Loan Pronto with this all electronic, all digital, no extra fee process. And Roger's figured it out. And that's exactly what Loan Pronto can do to help you out as well. LoanPronto.com. Maybe you are in that 7% loan that you were forced into last year. Well, guess what? Loan Pronto right now doing refis with APRs in the 4s. So call my friend Roger. See what Loan Pronto can do to help you out. 615-499-5780. It's loanpronto.com. 615-499-5780. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Y'all live in a neighborhood that has like a group Facebook page? I know Dawn does because she was just talking about hers.
Our whole city has one.
Yeah, I'll go into ours not very often. But when I do and I see like 70 comments to something, I'm like, oh, dude.
Staying away from that.
Literally go get the popcorn.
He knows it's going to be entertaining.
Oh, it's gold entertainment.
Ours isn't that bad. I think.
I'm about to check it out.
Yeah, ours isn't that bad. It's usually pretty tame.
You don't go at people on there? You have to.
No, really. Nobody really posts a lot of stupid things on there.
The only reason to go up.
Yeah, like I have pretty good neighbors.
Everybody's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nashville severe weather. Nash Severe WX on Twitter.
What we got shaking, Euro?
Man, I'm falling down on my job as weather person over here.
Been doing a great job too.
Historically, this has been my thing. Like I'm telling you, we were at Rippy's and everybody went inside because there was a tornado coming. I went outside so I could let the people know what was going on.
Hey.
Journalist, Davenport.
Yes.
Capital J.
Mm-hmm.
Very windy night in store for the entire area with gusts of 40 to 50 mile per hour winds and perhaps even higher up to 55 mile per hour winds across the plateau, thanks to the higher elevation and the core of the low-level jet stream passing directly overhead.
That means
It's going to be windy and raining,
okay.
all of the things.
All right.
But I think
NES is already saying watch out for wind-related power outages. Trees coming down.
It's a good thing the Titans aren't playing a playoff game this weekend.
All right, they'll put them on hold.
Sorry. Too soon.
May back it up an hour.
Too soon. Yeah. I think what it is, I've fallen down on my weather responsibilities because we haven't had very many opportunities for snow this winter. So I've just been pissed off about it.
That's all you're really looking forward to.
Yeah.
Right? A little snow.
Then I'm in.
Let it snow.
Let's go. Tom Brady said that.
What that mean?
Hey, Hunk. Hunk's on the phone. You got Tom Brady with Jim Gray?
Ooh.
Wait, let's do Danny in the burrow first.
Oh, there you go.
Cousin Danny in the burrow. I think the parrot's still alive. I'm not sure.
Hey, last but certainly not least, I got to say, I feel like I might have missed out on the college experience. Slay had a snake. Dawn had a parrot. We just had a couple of ratchet kappas that we couldn't get rid of, man. Shoot.
Slay released the snake into its natural environment, which was downtown Knoxville.
Yeah, so I really free.
Very unnatural.
Allegedly.
To me. Just seems unnatural to me. Anyway, no, I called with the best of intentions. I've just heard a bunch of talk about Josh Allen the past few days since the Bengals did work to the poor kid, and I just wanted to lend him a helping hand of support. And I got to say, when the Bills got unceremoniously booted from the playoffs last year, nobody was talking about Josh Allen. And sure, he had a bad season this year comparatively to his MVP caliber season last year, but I see the Bills' failures as a defensive failure against a superior offensive team in the Bengals than I do Josh Allen's shortcomings. They've just not surrounded that guy with the weapons that he really needs on the defensive side of the ball, and of course the injuries played a big part in it. But I can't make sense of the Josh Allen hate right now. I think the guy's still a top 5 quarterback in the league.
Yeah, he's tried to force some things into some areas that he really wasn't doing that for a lot of the season. But he was shaky. He was shaky.
Diggs fell off in a big way. I mean, when you've got Stephon Diggs as your only true weapon, and the rest of your guys are either one catch for 12 yards or 12 catches for 100, there's just not much you can do. So. Failure on the Bills' part signing those veterans to those max contracts. They should have had the audacity to do something better against the Bengals. But anyway, I just wanted to say, Slay, looking very much forward to your broadcast in this Auburn game. I don't know what the hell that Eagles name is, but yeah, whatever. Y'all have fun.
It's Bora.
Aurora
Borealis. Is that what it is?
Aurora boring the hell out of us because Auburn can't do a damn thing.
Danny with jokes.
Oh, snipe him. Snipe him.
I knew what you wanted to do.
Right now.
He's gone.
Hey, totally random about Josh Allen, which, by the way, the Bills were all in. Like, this was their year. They were going to win the Super Bowl. It felt a little reminiscent of, at least from Titans fans of last year, right? Was it last year? Not this past season, the one before, where everybody kind of thought that was the year for the Titans, which is probably why John Robinson cried after, knowing that was gone. So, but I didn't see the Josh Allen hate out there that he was talking about. Like, because at least coming into the game, it certainly wasn't there at all. And
no, more like questioning and a little doubt. Like, he was just a little shaky. He was a little shaky.
Yeah. You want some random Josh Allen
Give it to me.
tidbits?
Yeah,
Give it to me.
Him and his dad purchased pistachio farms worth about $1.6 million.
Josh Allen went nuts.
Yep.
Wow.
There you go.
For Mike
Well played,
Wilson,
Mayor.
Tennessee is ranked in the top 5 of the Associated Press poll for the 17th time in 5 seasons. Tennessee in the previous 70 seasons was ranked in the top 5 17 times. 17 times in the last 5 years in the top 5.
Okay.
The previous 70 seasons, 17 times. Rick Barnes, man.
Getting it done,
Ricky
baby.
B. Ricky B. All right, have fun tomorrow, Slay Dog.
I will, man.
Have fun.
Safe travel.
I'll text